going to see that, you know, the Tejo get locked into the Vice as well. Going to be in.
What's map one? Ascent.
And let's not forget the KO always being an impact player on Ascent.
There's some really nasty Vice walls you can actually put up on the B side, close to B main, that trap people if they want to.
I think predictions are up. Going.
Behind them, you can get
Who picked map one?
Here,
I don't know.
Something a little bit more classic. I like that Yoru included.
Yoru on Cryo?
Not going for Jet for Cryo, but he's still in a position to make impact.
2G picked map one.
It's about getting that mid control on the attack side and flooding through market, having a split on towards that B side.
Yeah, who better to do that than a guy who could just go
all in, all in. KJ in 2025, Keck W.
It's going to be fascinating whether or not we see 100 Thieves hold this one down, or
why we zoomed in so hard?
A massive win.
I drove here 4 hours, didn't fucking see it. Thanks, cameraman.
And then we're gonna get ready to send it over to the casters. But once we do, fellas, I mean,
brother, we're in their fucking pores, dude. We can see their face. Just keep a fucking normal distance. Sometimes they're coming up. The cameraman loves to fucking zoom out of the.
To get a bit of early information, and then not a lot of teams, not every team is still trying to use KJ on this particular map, but she's
2G!
Send it over to your casters for this one. They actually just rode in on penny farthings, and boy, are their legs tired. It's Brennan's Sideshow.
Oh hell no, not these guys.
I feel sorry for him.
Wait, that's
carry us on that.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that Sideshow and Wyatt?
Listen, this week in general, of course, welcome to the show as well.
Wait,
welcome to the cast for 2G versus 100 Thieves. Now you could go through every single match in Americas this week. Honestly.
Why are they calling him Brent? What the fuck? That was weird.
You could probably quite easily decide who the favorite should be in these matches. They should be.
Dude, he's not gonna live that down.
Always these weeks that you got to watch out.
He's not gonna live that down.
'Some SSDs. And
all right, we're live. Let's
right,
go.
Josh, taking a look at our pistol round here for Ascent. It's a map that 2G look best at.
And I do want to point out that this is the first
My house been hot lately. No jinx.
As far as I'm aware. So this is really quite
different. Ooh, mid aggression.
Pistol that we've seen a lot of teams
go. No one's there.
A bit of a delayed timing. 15 seconds.
The quality.
We've seen a lot of teams
go. No one's there.
A bit of a delayed timing. 15 seconds.
The quality dog shit. It just always is probably. Oh.
A bit of a delayed timing. 15 seconds in, looking for that fight in mid, hoping to evade some of the 2G players closer. But instead, they're trying to find that timing pass.
Who's that Tejo? Asuna.
Slow and steady. Flash off onto the corner. Connection.
See you later.
A little bit, jiggling, gets the info.
He has no rockets.
Against it, though. It's going to be tagging and suppressing.
There's no stall here.
Into the smokes, getting bodies now. Into the fray.
No stall.
Fight here.
Asuna Gamer one. Shake.
This guy.
EU traded. Good smoke.
Messy in the end. Still going 1-for-1 as Askia was taken out. In the midst of all of this one, now 4 players locked up onto the side here for 2G. Yes, you got the plant down. No control of B main though.
They still have paranoia.
Asuna's aim is so calm, just like me for real.
It's all about how they choose to use them. 100 Thieves gearing themselves up.
4v4.
Having to clear most of the way here. They're worried about B mains.
Yucky.
Starting to take a few pot shots.
Paranoia. Good shock.
Firing forward to the paranoia.
That turret might kill him.
Propped up. Trying to
that
take
turret might kill someone.
LZ just 10 HP.
Ooh.
No one watching for him.
Come on, baby.
Of one another. 2G. Take
audio delay. I'm behind.
Gubera not even having to use the salvos in the end there. 2G just play off each other. Very aware of. Okay, we usually play night. And so a lot of the stress is going to come onto people like Asuna to be using the stun, use the salvos at the right times to shut
down
these attacking timings.
How far?
To get snowballing on this map. It's such a defense-sided map if you play properly. So even just winning the pistol here is a massive beginning to 2G. And they did win both of the pistols against Drew.
There we go.
To win a very decisive map in that series.
Wait, is the audio delayed for real?
Intelligent showcase. It's a very jutting smoke, so Boostio's got a bit of coverage here, and he's taking a peek.
Maybe there's like... Wait, who the fuck was that?
Here, but there's potentially danger circling around these 2G players.
It is like a little bit, right? Is it on Twitch or just YouTube?
Cautiously, just trying to step themselves into the site. Finally, a bit of clearance down into hell and through heaven. That's 100 Thieves trying to flood their way through. And the attempt to follow
YouTube
up
problem?
the damage there.
Oh, see you later.
Navigated well, 3 players surviving. Out through heaven. That's 100 Thieves trying to flood their way through. And the attempt to follow up onto the damage there, but navigated well, 3 players surviving.
Oh, it's not. It's the same.
Not the heaviest buy in
you
the world.
fucking lying fucks, dude.
but still plenty to go in here. With
I'm gonna stay on YouTube because it's ahead.
Now,
we're gonna have to 2x one more time. Then we're gonna
Bang!
fine. Last 2x, I promise you.
He's been really decisive in these kind of first 40 seconds of a round where you find a timing and you send it. A lot of that was focused on mid. Happened to be because of
Auto
the
ads might be on.
Here, you see them all grouped up towards B main. Maybe identifying them as a potential weakness.
That close, that's a catch in the boost. It's going down. Does it cause a speed up from 2G though? Doesn't look likely.
I can turn him off at half.
Just walking.
We're good?
Too much away, forcing out the drone on top of it, but that's a flash.
Boostio! Boostio!
Boostio!
Come on, baby!
Boostio!
Boostio!
Cut off at the choke there, just from the
Come on, baby!
2G. Cut off at the choke there, just from the salvos. Lay it down of Asuna.
If he aces?
It's all just
What are you doing if he
being
aces?
Brought in here for Boostio to
Ace,
take
ace,
over.
ace, 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 ace.
At this point, 2G. Too many more chances. Good cleanup and
I
good
aced
trade
there.
on top of it. Gobert would have to go huge, I think, to try and
Gobert is
stand any sort of
so
chance here.
fucked.
Thieves got the
Brother
discipline.
has no confidence. You can see it.
Yeah.
You can see he has no confidence.
High-low.
If he kills
As
one, I'm
soon
shocked.
as he just peeks wide into the corner, head clean off. So
If your Twitch full screen is broken, go back into earlier parts of the VOD.
Setup
I have
there.
a fix.
Boostio almost getting caught. Once he got hit by that KO knife at the beginning, I was worried that 2G were going to
I do IT
immediately
on the
accelerate.
side.
They actually picked a really awkward timing. Started going forwards just as Boostio's util was coming back up. But it's the defensive.
Day, we're going to eat in a restaurant at night, and there was group.
Hey, been brought to.
Is the highest. That's where I perform best.
Yeah, wait, chat. What the fuck is this thing on top of my screen? We have to watch it on YouTube. This is fucking not brother. Of course I worked out today. Is the fucking the sky? Is the sun out? Is the fucking all right? Do we watch? All right, listen, chat. We got some time before this fucking match starts. Before this dog fight starts. Do we Yo, Tarek, you're live early. Why? 15 minutes today.
Alright guys, that's Comic again. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day. So
Valorant news. What the fuck? This guy's just a fuck.
he's in back on track, but that was
Going. Hold on.
hit the like button if
Oh, hold on.
Against 2G and Xander.
Sarah, can you go live on YouTube so I don't have to stare at this bar all night? Yeah, apparently Twitch is bugged right now, where this is on the top. But someone in chat said you can inspect it and remove it. We'd go through a tutorial on how you do that. Basically, what you want to do is right-click the bar at the top, press inspect. Then over here, there's a long line of code. And then you're going to want to change. You're going to basically want to click this part of the code and just delete.
The spam was just super good. And everybody from 100 Thieves who takes a peek in is getting destroyed.
and they're just dribbling their way into the side here. Silence fully on cleanup duty. Flawless round from 2G.
And what a
good
change of
macro
pace.
play, yeah.
Flawless?
We've been given a
The
lot of props to
Colgate
LZ.
flawless?
He's 1-1 at the moment, hasn't quite yet had his chance to come online, but he has, ever since picking up the RGL role,
What?
he has really been putting out good individual performances
It's just
too.
the glitch?
But I think
Chicken
the way that they're
jockey!
playing right now is they're not doing anything too crazy, running a bit of a default at the beginning, cutting some noise. They didn't even break the alarm bot in mid.
Sorry.
But 100 Thieves had already fallen back into really defensive setups, and as soon as those gate crashes were gone, Boostio and EU.
I
Little
don't
out on
apologize
island
for
is
being
big.
yourself. Wait, I actually figured it out. What the fuck? I didn't think I'd actually figure it out. And then right-click that part,
30
hide
years old and
element.
still doing that, but like,
It's going to be familiar.
What, I
so
can't be a
down.
kid
That's
at
it.
30?
Still the option to go fast. They have the ults to do it.
This drone is getting used on
The
a
kid in me
very
won't
early
die, bro.
timing. Basically every round from Asuna. He's going to have to slow that down a little more, I think.
Almost said
Crucial
grown man, by the
information
way.
It's not coming through until, I don't know, 45 seconds on the clock.
EU doesn't even have drone this round, but okay, a bit of a re-clear now with the salvos.
Oh my god, Xander, careful.
Slow off the mark, and LZ still holding up top. Nice and pretty. Flash peek.
And you see Cryo just ping-ponging from one side to the other, trying to figure
Did I
out
finally
where
learn
he
what
should be
Chicken
landing.
Jockey is?
This
I mean, I
round,
know it's from the Minecraft
it's only
movie.
the
When I go
turret
watch it in
watching
theaters, I'm going to
information
yell it out when
across
I hear
mid.
it.
I mean, they have no info, do they? As you said, it's just a turret.
I am
So they've got
Steve.
some idea that a B-split is not happening right now, but as soon as this gate crash goes down, they're going to be left out in the open and so open to a null command exec.
It's the slow play. Setting up now for the B split, and yeah, gate crashes fade.
Oh, Boostio! You dirty dog, you!
Slow down to a crawl here, and what's the option now for 2G? You don't have A main control. He's seeking to pivot into a different direction. You're just faking it, firing off some util.
Wait, that fake worked. Teo's fade.
Presence is coming through, but now it's go time. Sending it flying forward. Still 2 players. EU! Back against the wall, stunned up inside the smoke, and time is ticking. EU! Forward to the flash, peeking, facing still. Turrets. At least the Nano Swarm's doing a bit of damage here. 100 Thieves.
Okay, if this is ranked, guys, who the fuck is playing B? Please, I'm begging you.
In a 1v3 for Xander.
Wait, Xander could win this. There's 2 of them are low.
The first
3 of them are low. They're all low.
Winnable scenario.
Oh, that could have been a...
You'll need a few freebies. Paranoia gliding forwards. Sidestep just in time.
What
no player giving up openings here. Dropping
Man.
to just 26 health. Running short on time. Running short on options, and Xander's realized
Oh my god, wait, 2G is fucking smoking these bums.
This is a disaster for 100 Thieves.
I've seen enough 2G win
Silence
champs.
is doing an amazing job at keeping people out when they try to flood defend back in. But even in a round like this where they've ripped the lockdown, and they've got a decent idea when the turret goes down what's going on, they just couldn't get bodies into position quickly enough. There's no help for the players on site.
100 Thieves fell off. I don't know if they ever got high enough to fall off.
As the players came in. I mean, this is a dysfunctional defense at the moment.
Certified hater over here.
Need to make some adjustments.
It's a wider problem, I think, as well for 100 Thieves in terms of the tempo they want to play at. They're running
Love my hater arc,
here,
but
Josh,
if Boostio presses me in person, no joke, I'm quiet like a mouse.
Drone. You can get mid-round information quite easily with this comp that 100 Thieves are running, but they use it most of it at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, they are using it quite early. I think they were probably expecting a bit of a faster tempo from 2G. And 100 Thieves, if you asked Zix and the rest of the squad, what speed would you like to play at? They'd be like,
I mean, brother, the
I'd
owner
love
of the
to fight
organization is in a fucking Call of Duty tournament for fucking $1,000.
Yeah, they're doing really well these days.
How are the players supposed to show up and perform?
Kind of brawls, and dragging the pace super slow like this puts them in very uncomfortable situations. And this is already, as I mentioned, a disaster beginning on Ascent. Ascent can be a map where you completely close out.
He went offline.
Yeah. I mean, we saw it.
He's hate watching himself.
Cloud9 playing against Leviathan, where they completely shut them out. But depending on your composition, you can have phenomenal defense sides on this map. And 100 Thieves looking like they're going to be going down 5-1 because their eco's shattered.
Did he win his tournament? Or did he rage quit?
Yet to use some massive ultimates. I thought they were going to rip the null command in the previous round. Didn't even have to. Arguably one of the biggest ults you have on the attack side, and they have yet to use it.
He was never in a tournament? The fuck did you? Why were you guys seeing a tournament?
From 100 Thieves. Now, in terms of the tempo they're going to be playing at the beginning of the rounds, probably wait until next round to see that here. They're on a half fight.
Let's go 100 days!
Want to give it a util here for a bit of aggression, potentially to re-clear through into a main.
Uh-oh.
That's a flash primed and ready. Salvo to their own, so 2G.
This is looking bad, bro. 2G actually look like a team today.
Really, but
they actually look like a team.
And salvos here to try to re-clear through A main, maybe they'd be able to generate a pick out of that. But by using them at the start of the rounds, they're just kind of allowing 2G to slowly take map control. And 100 Thieves run out of tools to be able to work with them. Here's the drone used.
Oh! Oh!
Oh! As I spotted a corner. He was attempting to body block it. Didn't
What
want to
the fuck?
Position spotted out though. This is a 4-player stack.
He's on his ass out.
Definite chances. 2G creeping up forwards here. The knife underhanded with the flash. Quick hop through. No one clearing this one into the corner. Oh! And Asuna, he bites back and bites back hard. Eventually, it's going to be like clear.
Oh my god, Asuna is the best player.
Askia. The lone warrior now left to stand to the side here. He knows exactly where the two players are. 34 seconds left and he needs some clean kills. Thieves
Asuna, holy fuck.
Rattling off the bullets.
Holy fuck.
Could be the round to get them
corners,
back into the game.
I don't clear
they
them.
Something big.
Damn.
And this time it was all about getting the gamble stack in the right place. And also 2G.
There's the tiniest audio delay, yes, but it's not me. It's the stream.
They managed to get 4 players stacked over towards
It's
A.
like half a second, not even.
Gambling that A main control this time was going to be for real.
Damn, Boostio's top fragging?
And it paid off. When you are playing against a slower team, you can afford to make more of these gambles. Because if you stack A for like 20 seconds and then start spreading back out again.
Wait, there's a clip for the bar fix in the chat. W chatters.
And Cryo picks up
if you have a problem with the bar on top of your screen on full screen, there's a clip on how to fix it.
Utterly phenomenal in their most recent series and across stage 1. He's been a nightmare, a phenom.
Deep knife at the beginning. A bit more delayed in terms of stealth drone. Bit of presence into B main now, shown by 2G, and they do have this null command, and here it is. Emanating out. This one's going to be shutting down most of the setup, but Cryo is here. Dropping PXS down to his knees. Askia slowly, diligent, just trying to clear out most of the way here.
What the fuck is going on out here?
Timing yet still gets the job done. Cryo now. Dimensional drift out and wide. Needs some supportive help here, and he spots out two players. An operator in his hand. He's going to try and hold the ball away back. And just not adjusting, not anticipating. It could be punched up onto that position. Same could be said.
Why is everyone so lost?
Back of the brain. It's EU now versus the world in a 1v2. Spike planted down. Midst of all this chaos, drone up and over towards the top. It's a tag off in through the back of the site. No reveal, no tag. 8 bullets left. Try and make a play to work with. Waiting off this flash timing. He knows the rough positioning with the salvo in the barrel. Betrays it. And look at this. Anticipation reload has to be committed. And a shot. Just
what a play by Gobera. He pushed him.
Down to the wire. The 2G get their 5th round.
Damn.
And another brutal one for 100 Thieves to lose. Cryo abandons the operator, unfortunately. Just is not going to have the cash to be able to get it back up online. They picked off PXS at the very start of the round. And then it was like Boostio didn't realize that they'd already gotten in with the jet. I think in the comms maybe, they thought that they'd held them all at the choke point. But Boosty just got completely flanked.
Yeah.
Looked oblivious there in his anchor position. And Cryo got completely stuck in the back of sight as well. The details all
Holy
going
fuck,
wrong.
I think the hate watching is working. What the fuck is happening?
Little bait and switch. Hunter's Fury's being offloaded. This is a half
Hunter's Fury?
and they're making a go at this.
On Eco?
But it's
with
not
0
coordinated.
tags?
Not
Dan?
shells.
Are we
weird one.
serious?
Yeah, very strange.
Bit flustered perhaps from 100 Thieves when you're down this many rounds. Send defense.
I feel
Brother.
like they need this round.
Brother.
But the buy was just not good enough to support using an ultimate at the start of the round like that.
And a gamble stack.
It's not paid off this time, has it? On the previous
Pin it,
Rift,
please.
they managed to put their players in
Here,
the right
I'll make a
positions, but
command.
this time, EU just hoping that they've run away from the Hunter's Fury. It's not the case.
Go ahead.
Silver linings.
Yeah.
You get the Tejo ultimate out, but they're grasping at straws here. 2G looking like they're set up pretty to get the 6 on the attack side of Ascent.
Is this retake possible? Xander has to kill 3. Wait, he's doing the attack. Watch this shot.
Lay it down.
Watch
Yeah,
this, watch
he's
this.
gathering up.
No!
He missed it ever so slightly. Hoping for a bit of a shortcut. Up into heaven. It's going to be pre-aimed. Pre-fired. All grouped up though. 100 Thieves will look to do some damage. Money is low for a few of the 2G players, so it could pay dividends.
Wow.
Still, Paranoia is perfect. Just sweeping up top here. Cryo out for the door angle. Jutting smoke, but enough guns and enough
Audio delay's
eyes
freaking
on
me
top of
out.
it, and everybody
Oh my
dismissed
God,
to 100
bro.
Thieves. 6-2 now for 2G.
100 fucking Keck W's.
You wouldn't believe this is the same team
7-2
kickoff.
versus
Admittedly,
2
it's
glue.
not 100% the same team.
No,
They have made
no.
roster changes.
Oh
but
my
the
God.
core of this squad, when they came up to play in kickoff, they looked like they didn't believe in themselves at all.
No, they didn't. Zero confidence at this.
The 2G team, they did have zero confidence. They looked like one of the worst teams that we had across all of the leagues, just because they didn't have the confidence to be able to take fights, to challenge people. And now here they are, slinging it against teams that are looking, what was it, 92% chance of making playoffs or something? 100 Thieves has at
I
this
mean,
point?
the Thieves are living up to their name, if you know what I'm saying.
2-1 overall with the standings. It's the percentage is high. Listen, don't ask me about the numbers.
But 2G, with a great lead against them and all the chances in the world here of taking Ascent, they forced the second tag timeout out of 100 Thieves.
Yep. Granted as well. Had a pinch of salt, I think, towards it. I mean, for 2G, Ascent is probably the map that they've looked the best at, I would argue.
Yeah.
In terms of how proactive they are, they definitely showed up versus Crew. The Desk was kind of alluding to that point here. It's just about keeping it going. And for 100 Thieves, the one thing that they have proved, give you a little bit of hope, honestly, is resilience. They definitely showcased that.
Yeah, when they played against Loud, it was like some switch activated halfway through the
halfway
series.
point of Icebox.
Yeah. And we've got Icebox as our second map again today. It could all play out.
Oh
exactly
my
the same.
goodness gracious.
It takes These players
Maybe they're
waking
just
up,
not. I mean,
realizing that
okay,
they need
this
to be
could
bit
be a
more proactive,
classic.
and I
They
think
warm
you could
up
say the same here on, their
on
defense.
second map. I
They
mean,
need
it's
to
not
be
their map.
chilling out a bit in the
Let's
first 30
see.
seconds of the round, realizing 2G are not going to be going
They
for these
definitely
fast
are
hits.
not warm.
And then
The
a
2G
bit
are not
more
letting them get
proactivity
warm.
to take space and information once you get to about the minute mark on the clock.
Where is Cryer holding with his op? He is all the way far back mid. Staltron's still going to be leading up forwards, but...
He's just trying to get the maximum duration out of his gate crash.
Right. Slowing it down at the beginning of the rounds like we were discussing.
So now this gate crash will expire about minute on the clock.
Okay.
Quite an early drone again
They're
from
playing
Asuna,
so
but this time
slow,
it does spot
2G.
somebody. LZ taking a bit of an earlier aggressive timing compared to previously.
Is Booster gonna peek this? Oh my god.
But 100 Thieves have a bit of A main information. Xander was jiggle peeking this behind a one-way.
Still guarded though. It's going to be overlapping, forcing his players
Two
back out
backside.
towards the side boost. Who needs some help? That's going to be a full
Oh!
stick of it. And well, just running out. Cryo
Cryo.
running all the way back in.
What a play. They have
Reinforcements
Omen for
arriving
bomb.
here
They
for
could go
100
A.
Thieves, shoring
They
up
could
that
go A. They have
defense.
Omen ult.
Calling for a pause by 2G. Spike is out in the open. LZ has his ult.
Oh.
And a free kill here on
EU?
EU.
Why is he looking there?
TU's just missed that timing.
Oh, he can get pushed market. That's why. He could get pushed. He could have got pushed. Never mind. Never mind.
Realize that LZ has his ult.
That was fucked.
30 seconds left.
Is he gonna spam
Neither
this
team
box?
seems to really realize it.
You could make it move into a different direction with 25 seconds left, but
No, they're just gambling
they
it.
pick it up and forcing the issue. A bit of spam into the corner. I mean, this is Cryo just taken out all the way.
God.
Timing to be taken. Assassinate. Bit of a backstab.
Oh my
here.
god, I saw
The
World.
double face in the end. Listen, not the best
Oh
way
my
to play
God.
it in the world. If you are
Well, like the
2G,
thing with
you
the
have many
Omen
options
ult
there.
is that the
Gets the
other
job
team
done, I
knows you
suppose.
have it.
They might have
Sometimes they
been
already have a
assuming
guy
that
on
100 Thieves
A.
were already one
You
step
know?
ahead and
Yes,
layering out
that's
the
what I'm trying to
defense.
say. Maybe they're one step ahead.
Frankly, though, if you've got a problem with 2G, it would be what on earth was going on in their follow-up
They
from
could
the
be one
Blaze
step ahead.
ultimate. They ran this one forwards.
Oh, good dart.
Nobody's breaking the recon darts.
This
by the
was
way.
a big
They are getting
kill.
absolutely boomed by the recon darts. But Askia's got to land that kill. Cryo's running back in with an off in hand. They have Boostio dead to rights if they accelerated. He was getting support from Xander. But all right, round 10. A chance for 100 Thieves maybe to even this one up at the half.
Fast play, 2G. Fast play.
Overlapping it with a knife there.
What do they got for ults?
Top of the drone.
Ain't shit.
It's a good op sight line. It's right where Askia is about to peak.
Nice and passive, and if you're going to be walking, if you're going to be contacting, flash, peek, dodge to the side.
Easy.
Timing not missed, that's Cryo.
Spike down mid.
PXS taken straight out of the picture.
And so it
Movement
begins.
control still gained here for 2G, and they want to potentially go walkabouts.
If Xander makes a footstep, LZ might choose the timing to strike.
And
And
so
that's the
it
narrowest of
begins.
angles. Gonna see a replay of that one. Xander looked like he had barely a pixel to work with.
And so now you're looking to try to move away from Cryo, but he's already repositioned. A heaven.
Xander's seen it all, really. Force forwards, near-sighted.
Oh, he had that.
Straight bullets, and here's a follow-up off from the side. Asuna, it doesn't matter if you've got the weaker weaponry here. This is good for 100 Thieves. Spike drop down. Out
And
into the
so
open.
it
All
begins.
contained.
And that's the round that 100 Thieves were looking for last time they put an op in Cryo's hands. That's how their defensive rotations are supposed to work. They just haven't been able to get a read on it previously. But now, starting to ease into a little bit of a rhythm. And 2G forced to take a tactical timeout here.
Yeah.
That is a nasty little angle.
Damn.
That's a hard shot to hit. Lan only.
Langle.
Look doing that online.
2G, eco round. You could argue the damage has already been done in this half. Their defense
Pause.
was immaculate against Crew. But that was, remember, with Crew running a double Sentinel attack side.
Yeah.
Which I think is more difficult to pull off than what 100 Thieves have got going for them on the attack.
Pause.
If somebody like
Pause.
Cryo can have, you know, a heater of a half, it is possible to
Do I
bring
order
back
food now or
a
it's way too
6-6
early?
Ascent map.
I ate.
It's always going to be difficult though. 100
3
Thieves
hours
have not
ago.
made this map easy. But they love the difficult road.
They
Feels
do.
like every year they love the difficult road. The fans are used to it. It's never an
Talking
easy
about it,
ride being a
it's-
100 Thieves
it's
fan.
really not. You got nice, nice merchandise, clothes, maybe.
Sure, yeah.
But trophies, lacking ever so
That's-
slightly.
Aren't you
Yeah,
bulking?
that's
Eat.
where they've
You're right.
had a
I'm
bit
ordering
more of a
food.
struggle, haven't they? And every year it feels like
Hey, don't
it
want
could
anything?
could be a change around. I mean, last year we saw them do spectacularly in stage 1. And this should be another year where they're looking primed at least to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like you saw earlier, 91.756 recurring, of course. Chance of making it.
Well, here we go. Time ticking down here.
Cutting through.
Big priority.
I love this place
Operator
so
in
much.
his hands. Slow and steady still from 2G. There's 2G who are on the weaker buy. Bit of danger potentially with Askia's knives. Finally lets it loose, out into his hands, and Xander's been spotted off to the side here. Paranoia sweeps forwards. It was primed for it inside that cloud burst, and finally the mark has been found. Asuna cleaned up onto the side, but Cryo seeks to oblige. Evens it out and more, going for a
what the fuck?
Peek, and oh my
Shoot
God,
him!
hit when Science doesn't even realize what's going on. But lit up like a Christmas tree. Take your pick, take your timing, Gobera. He's creeping and crawling around to the site, and he's found himself just a little cubby to play in.
Oh, mother.
Survive for now, but against 3 of these 100 Thieves players,
oh my God, he saved
let
them.
too much slip at all.
Cryo with support, the artillery from heaven.
It's just not the same, you know?
It's Dart actually that ends up being super important for them on the defense side.
I mean, they have 6 rounds on attack, to be fair.
Has got Dart.
Well, 100 Thieves is starting to warm up.
Listen,
it's a struggle out here.
Even in NA, EU is better. I see what you did there.
For EU. Every Dart is getting a kill.
Yes, boys.
Looks like Cryo might have dropped the operator at the beginning of the round here. Maybe he's hidden it away somewhere, or they're planning to do something quick off rip with an ult.
Holding it in the hands for now. That's Stealth drone forwards. Oh, not actually now broken. Salvo's primed. Players are going to be evacuating though. 2G are setting their sights over towards the A side.
It's an A-pop. Right to Boostio.
And this defensive setup looks a bit better from 100 Thieves. They've got an aggressive control over B main.
Boing, 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 boing.
Into the Killjoy, into the Paranoia. And Cryo going for further information at the minute mark.
Very good. It's going to give a huge read here. Armageddon sweeping through into the back.
Nice.
Here. Bustio's already stepped forwards and around.
What?
Forwards, LC. What is that? When lights out, he's trying to carve out.
Everyone's blind.
Forwards, and that's a brilliant flash. Good connection. Not quite there, but a follow. Cryo though still holding towards the side. Come on down.
Holy!
Flourish towards the end there for a 3-piece himself.
Oh my
Just when
goodness.
he thought 2G were able to find that foothold into the site. It's 100 Thieves.
That was nice.
Trying to lay claim to that 6th round.
Damn.
Spikes down, ult in your back.
He has Omen ult.
LZ. You have options. He's going to take them. Full committal now over towards
Here
the B site.
we go.
He's got to pull off an almighty round here to match what Cryo did. He's the one that got the 2 openers. This would have to be an ace.
TP forwards. Here's a jump spot into market, already knows where one of the players is.
Does he hit that?
Dart avoided. He's his first kill, Salvos though. That's peace of mind grounded now towards 100 Thieves. Smoke propped up, in through short. 100 Thieves want to take this one, all just tripled up together, finally revealing the hand. LT finds that first one, just needs to ISO these fights here.
Oh my
Round
God.
to the side in this good movement.
Good job by 100 Thieves.
Slightly ajar, getting quirky with it. Asuna delivers that death
I have to
blow,
pee.
brings it 6-2-6
Oh, wait a sec, hold on.
for the first half of Ascent.
They're slow starters, this 100 Thieves team, but they have actually got themselves into a bit of a rhythm right now. That round from Cryo was immaculate. He gets himself up to the top of the scoreboard for 100 Thieves. There's the operator that he was leaving for later. Didn't need it. That triple kill on the players that he flashed and locked in the corner at Switch. It did everything
Nice
for 100
shot.
Thieves. And they've made this maybe winnable.
He swings wide. Fucking pig.
6-2-6.
We're just not trying anymore.
No,
Excuse me?
all good. All good. That's the first half of Ascent, of course. Going to be going to a quick break on the other side of it. Let's find out just how this map ends.
Nah. They should, nah. Do not check your Twitter. Brazil is on your ass cheeks right now. Do not check your Twitter.
in terms of understanding what their attacking team is trying to put up here. But for 100 Thieves, the way they've dragged back momentum, honestly,
refresh, guys. I think we're fine.
All eyes on the pistol round could be very, very important.
And 2G did win both of these pistols against Screw, so not only did they get off to a good start against the double sender, but then they completely clean swept their defense. And this could be a bit of a battle.
We're fine, we're fine.
Oh, yeah. Heading down with a Sheriff.
3 players waiting to receive here, trying to line it up with the firing line. Askia immediately ahead has been ripped clean off. A couple more might be rolling here into market, side by side, just trying to line it all the way.
What the fuck are those bots doing?
Must have been coming through. Guess what? It's Boostio. Set up to succeed. And this is already racking up the kills. He wants a few more. But denied in the end. Still does that swing from behind. And all anticipated.
That's a necessary pistol for 100 Thieves.
Boostio with the 3K?
They've made it
12 and 9?
6-6.
Where's the haters at? Awfully quiet, huh?
Now, getting their feet underneath them and looking like they're very decisive. I'm liking the fact that Boostio is much more happy to take fights. The last couple of weeks, I really feel like it's made a big difference.
Nice! Give me the Deagle.
He's getting the aura back.
Yeah, it feels like he is. He was a really heavy fragging IGL player back in like 2022.
Give him time. Give him time,
or even
maybe.
the end of 2023. And we haven't seen that.
Macro play, Askia.
Askia looking like ass pass, huh?
Fast and finds the timing. Sound was a bit too slow. Yeah, and it's a beautiful pick. Re-clearance called for by 100 Thieves.
Doesn't do damage in terms of the amount of rifles available because Boostio's coming back over. They'll be able to hoover that
Probably
up.
not.
But you never want to be starting one of these rounds 4v5. It makes it so much more difficult. And they've also now sacrificed all of their map control and information over on A.
The sub bumps are reaching your age, Unk. All right.
It could be dangerous for 100 Thieves. Lucky for them, 2G stacking over towards B. Slow play of 100 Thieves as well. Should be able to sniff out most of the danger.
Vanessa is better than all these players. Retweet.
LZ in a position where he can hear footsteps, hear a main control, but everything's silent for the moment.
Oh, just stepped into it. To find a boosty. Could take, wants to take. Oh, nearsighted. Gonna evacuate away here, but a danger to be played. Still in through into the A.
You won't right click him through the smoke?
All access granted, and there's a timing to be taken.
Thought about it.
LZ was thinking about it.
Boostio making noise on lurk?
Boostio's making all the noise in the world, but nobody is going to hunt him down. It's only a stinger that he's got as well. Just looking to distract and play the backstab.
It's not going to be given away too much at all.
We're down a spike, or they're going for it? There we go.
It's going to be broken at the moment. Notice, flash forwards. Not quite with a connection.
Ecos, get your Ecos! I got two! Pussy!
This is a full
Wait,
cleanup.
wait, what?
Not quite a cleaner sweeping the borders. Left it down to the 1v1.
Wait, what? It's 1v1!
Says pulls it back from the brink.
Wait, what just happened?
I was thinking it was getting a bit touch and go there.
You're going to have to break down what happened there, buddy.
I'll tell you what happened.
You're going to have to tell me exactly how that occurred.
I have no
As
idea.
they got back into the site, they flood through the door, and they hit 2 nice. I mean, they'd already got themselves a player advantage at the start of the round, right? This beautiful shot.
Wait,
Look,
Asuna?
Asuna completely left out in the open. And then it's back and forth, but back and forth isn't going to do it when PXS is up in heaven and gets things down to a 1v1.
My God, how did they win this round?
What is that?
Tragic scenes for 100 Thieves. That's what that is.
Oh my God, oh my God. Wait, I thought that round was free.
Slightly too late, but I don't think you could blame Boostio for that.
No.
They just weren't ready for the door to open.
Yeah, why did no one ready for the door to open? They were exposed to the door for free.
After losing that pistol round.
How things can turn.
I thought it was going to be a fucking free pick'ems.
Get, themselves into a winnable position, but now all of the economy is going to be favoring 2G.
Why am I a fan of 100 Thieves, man?
CV round here. Askia
going all over the place.
Askia's kind of...
The more kills he gets, the more he'll be building up
looking
to
some type of way.
And then the defense really gets online.
Pretty big indicator as well, Askia. You go for another peek here. And now the Swarm just about missing in jump spot. Not going to be saving you, not through the wall there. Salvo's out through and...
I would have tanked it out. I would have tanked it.
Silence has been dropped.
Oh, hell no.
2 stray bullets just quite missing. Gabera, Salvo's primed and let loose. Now he needs a bit of help. And back up Asuna.
Damn, Mr. Util in the fucking house.
Down onto lane. Paranoia sweeping forward.
Cryo, shoot!
It's Cryo. He's
that was a kill.
Traces to find a path through the dark. But leaves it down to EU. Hell of a mess to try and make something out of here for 2G though. Relatively clean, 3 players survive.
There are moments in these rounds where if 100 Thieves made a slightly different decision, things would get really difficult for 2G. In a spot like that, Mera is just alone on the site. If the rest of 100 Thieves had decided to swarm forwards, maybe they could have done something. Boostio, though, with his death, gets a lockdown online. Is there a play that can be made around this? If they can take B main control, then of course. But it's Askia looking to try to take an early duel.
Exclamation mark bar fix if you want to fix the bar at the top of your screen.
Silence just trying to spam this one down to not reveal the hand, but position already gained and granted 100 Thieves. Eager to take that fight. There's a flash off the back of that one. And now we see it locked down already.
Hey, one of you, not all of you. What the fuck? Tech W in the chat.
Playing this one on the outskirts. Big crash. Flying forward, salvos.
Oh my god.
A little bit of util. Extra spam would have gone a long way, but Askia's still alive for now.
What is this?
The attempt by 2G.
They have 3 guys in main.
Now with that B main control,
they have
a problem. 100 Thieves got this one in lock and key, and finally delivering a bit of lead. Crossfire setup. Exchange from them, still with a massive player advantage. 2G just finding it really difficult to get past this first line of scrimmage. Finally stepping past and over, but all contained.
This round is so close though. Holy fuck.
Away 100 Thieves.
That was scary,
but
bro.
This time they do go 100 Thieves' way. Boostio, with only about 9 HP, was able to throw that lockdown in, and it got them all the space they needed over towards the B side.
This first kill Boostio got was actually
I love the way
huge.
that they play triple B main and then swing back through
Then
the
Xander with the
not
2 on the side.
To get caught out in that position. They actually go and aggro, take the fight. Those are the kind of team fights, the brawls that 100 Thieves love.
8 up.
This round, Eco is very much on the line. They're going for it again.
Yeah, Dimensional Drift though, this is going to be carving out. An immediate path in through B main.
Wait, the wall is tripped.
To the side, and Dimensional Drift in through the back. Salvos as well, pushing Silence forwards. It's been lit up here. LZ.
Wait,
TB
what?
all the way behind them. Cryo's been taken out in the midst
Well,
of it.
Spike,
How has
Spike.
Cryo gone down in the midst of
Yeah,
all of that?
Spike.
He triggered the wall and stopped his own team from being able to get in, and then just hand delivers them the spike in the back.
Wait, what? He triggered the wall, blocked his team off, and gave him the spike.
And now it's a vice grip that 2G have applied to them.
What just
No
happened?
exit avenues.
You put up the vice wall, gave him
Nice
spike.
lockdown, spawn lockdown, LZ.
Oh shit.
They're going to be regrouping and rejoining. But
The whole goal here for 100 Thieves is to try to put enough pressure onto Askia and Silence that somebody else slips up.
He just like me.
It does have the ult as well.
They could
The
omen
ult
ult
if they
it,
decide to
true.
make their moves, but they want to try and carve
Oh,
out
this
path,
paranoia
win
goes
out this
hard.
fight on through B. Salvo
That
putting the
paranoia.
timing onto all of it. 2G just winning it out, man.
Wow.
The beat is filled up.
1v5 EU?
All in the name of 2G.
Low key, he's known for these.
Picture
Low
in
key,
team,
he's
they
known
are
for
amazing.
these.
And for EU again, he's left as the last one. Alive and alone. No chance for him here.
30
Money
seconds left.
running so
Wait,
damn short. that
I don't know what the
Scenes advice
idea
just to
was,
hold
but
on
like
to
I
this
think
guy,
they fucked
can.
up. He triggered the wall for his teammates,
What a weird round from 100
and then he TP'd into the site with the
what's going through
spike
their
and
heads?
died.
I mean, are they assuming that 2G are going to be playing fully off-site? Just assuming they're going to be playing retake B, and so they'll get a free
Brother's
plant?
getting hunted
I really
down.
don't know. We'll have
10
to watch that back from
seconds
Cryo's POV. But he hand-delivered them that.
Yeah.
Like he was training for his new job as a waiter. He was like,
What?
Meals on Wheels.
Meals
Not
on
even getting to
wheels.
save that gun. That's a rough one.
Because he used his clone to bait out the wall at B main. And that actually stopped the rest of his team from being able to come in.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
That is brutal. I think even if he kills Silence in that POV, which it's a sick kill from Silence, does he not just go down to Askia anyway? He had a gate crash. Weird one.
I wonder
That's
if
a
the
brutal
strat
round.
was for him to TP between the rockets.
Spike left and
Wait,
spawn.
now
Teams
that
on the
the spike's in
It's
spawn
safe
and
with that.
Xander's going to get it late. What the fuck's going on with the spike, dude? They left the
Bit of
spike in
reclearance
spawn
here
now.
from
No one
2G.
wants it.
Regaining control of A main.
They're fighting over who's gonna take it, just like in ranked.
Held at the ready.
Nah, honestly, I never
Stealth
carry
drone,
spike.
forwards,
A
flying.
special
Well,
shout out to
really
anyone who
crash
carries the
here.
spike.
Quite a lot of
Y'all
util,
the
potentially go below
unspoken,
them. Fake
undisputed
TP.
goats. If you're taking spike and planning spike, you get 0 credit for that shit. But it's an important job that no one wants to do. You know who you are, bro. It's not me, but I want to give you credit because I probably am not even covering you while you plant, and you probably die often while planting, but you still do it because you know it needs to be done. Good shit, yo.
With the knives in hand, what options are available for you if you are 100 Thieves? Gonna try and punch a hole through the wall up through mid. No, back to Cat is the call. LZ though, stalwart defender,
Shroud.
and the lone soldier at that is gonna try and do the most from this spot. Finds himself 2, hands over the rifle for the moment. 2v3 though, and Gobera already ready and waiting. Open arms.
8-10. Very cool. Insta-lock Jet and still not smoke the planner.
Round 18.
I gotta save my smokes for myself, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Pretty close still. 100 Thieves are making this one competitive, but they need to win this round if there's a chance of getting back into the game. And they're up against a Tejo ultimate.
All right, this is a big round here.
Really difficult to navigate. Asuna might be able to play for his own. They can play for one of these ult orbs. But at any point when there's a Tejo ult online, you just got to be so worried about taking spots like A main, right? You walk into A main, you get ready for an exec, and suddenly you're getting ulted.
Oh my god. Or 1. Or Zay.
Getting it out. A lot of util being used. He's finally stepping past this here, finding a way to get through this one way. Very good hearing this.
Oh, the rockets.
The
The fight from 2G is nice.
The Yeoman and the Yoru that are willing to
Good
take that
stall.
space,
It's good stall. Now they baited out YouTube from 100 Thieves.
Oh,
the paranoia!
There it is. Try and get the hell out of there, Hunter's Fury.
Wait, he got out. That's doing a good job.
Up through mid, Askia. Gonna be disappearing.
Wait, that was nice. That was a nice try.
Not PXS just offloading, then Ultimate to try and stay alive, but I don't think there's any chance of this guy
They
getting
have no smokes, right?
100 Thieves at the jump spot. Looking to apply a bit of a punish, I think, if they hear that sound cue. And
can you res him?
He's
rushing him!
It's through the box, though.
He rushed him!
Lifted straight up as the salvo's waiting for it. That was the timing that 100 Thieves
He died.
seeking to take.
He got his dagger out, though.
He's gone down.
He got his dagger.
Once more. Racking up the deaths, adding it to the tally.
Here comes Boostio. He's got to be the difference
Oh,
maker.
he's not even anticipating it. He's looking in a completely different direction.
Wait, what the fuck was
silence?
I don't know. I guess he had no idea he's there, though, to be fair.
Down.
Snaps to the heads. 2 left to stand. 100 Thieves. EU and Asuna.
Oh, Visol is
Why
nice.
not layer it down on top? 17 seconds left. EU had to play out a line of sight for this, and you're committing the old time again. There's 11 seconds left, but maybe, potentially, a chance. Askia right from the side, right
His
from
rockets.
behind. It leaves it into that 1v1. Asuna, just a peek, just a shoulder.
Saw him.
Askia's looking for it, hunting for it.
Ooh, what a
Weaving
big clutch.
in and out. Time to be played.
Ooh,
Shots
Asuna made a
fired.
play this
It's
round.
lead raining down.
Multiple
Asuna
of
winning it out
them.
for his team in a
Ooh,
4-piece.
fuck. He actually
Head
saved
scratches when he
them.
unloads the ultimate, but he saw the vision.
He actually saved the fuck out of his
Askia
team.
just drew an outline around Asuna there in the 1v1.
Damn.
Bullets flying over the shoulder, through the legs.
This whole round was Asuna.
Remember that it was Asuna
This
who
whole
managed
round.
to dodge the Tejo ult at the very beginning of the round too.
That's
Then unloads his
wild.
own
That kill is
to
crazy.
swing with a
That third
classic up
kill.
towards Jenny.
Oh my
He might
god.
have saved 100 Thieves there.
Got you guys. I got you.
Damn. Asuna's on his chat arc, bro. I'm telling you right now, man. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and he hits that drone.
Now.
Essentially takes the time with the
Pussy.
dash active.
You're gonna let your dash go like that for free?
A crazy play to go for at 10 to 9. At least he waited for a flash there from PXS. So he waited until he had a little bit more support. Wasn't as mad.
Five-man towards A.
Buy here too.
Wait, the ops on A. Askia's on A.
Silence,
Bunka?
of course. The rest have about 1,000 in the
Bunka?
pocket, but LZ with only a sheriff to work with.
Askia about to be tested, I think. Minute mark down.
Placing swamp.
Lineups for every occasion. Who's just going to be flying
Aspas
forward to
Junior's
the
on
south
A.
as well. It's going to be
Here we go.
paving. Central path, fake.
Uh-oh.
Crash Askia around to the side here. Cloud burst. Why not? chance to go for another peek here. Plenty of bodies, but Bullet's going to be rattling straight back at him.
Oh, yeah.
Chick for it, and he's lucky to be alive at 21 health. Regen shield finally kicking in. Stacking these bodies up. TP
20, 30 seconds, guys. They have to go away. They have to go away. Unless... Where are you going, sweetheart? Where are you running, sweetheart?
This is a mad dash and a scurry, an attempt to pivot into a different direction.
Where, though?
And 2G.
Where are we going? Tanner mid. Fuck it, let's go mid.
There's 18 seconds left. You've got to get a full run on. Knives out almost into this spot, and guess what? Reinforcements shoring up the defense. This is 2G ready for it. Dark barely broken, almost through the wall here. There's 8 seconds left, and kills players dropping in all.
Keck fucking W! Keck fucking wait.
It's a 1v3.
You know it's 2 on site.
2 players locked into the site. 8 bullets left. All.
Oh my god, the cats are scared the fuck out of
right
me.
Now. I'd be able to catch this angle here with a barrel pointed out.
It's bait! It's bait! It's a perfect bait by 2G! Calculated!
That angle. 11th round now for 2G.
Holy shit! These guys are
What a
insane. Did you
mad
see that?
scramble that was for 100 Thieves. Realizing that there was a stack
Bar
of
fix in the chat, bro. We're not gonna say it again, dude.
But no time on the clock. Askia's operator was beautifully woven in throughout those peaks. Using the paranoia to kind of fill the gap afterwards. And putting Boostio's IGLing in such a difficult spot.
Holy shit, he just cursed out there and... Oh my god.
That should have been the round, I think, that breaks the back of 100 Thieves. They would have to pull something incredible out here to win, either on a Thrifty or the final 3 rounds.
Their entire bloodline.
All in a row.
Yeah. No ults to work with on top of it.
The eco. I mean, it's only 0-3 if we lose this round.
For 100 Thieves. Maybe do some damage in this round, but 2G would be up to 12 if they end up losing it. String together a few ults if you really plan it out correctly.
If 2G wins champs, we all go bald together.
This one.
Yo.
100 Thieves are very
2G wins champs, we all go bald.
Recon and salvos to clear out wine,
Yo.
and then as soon as LZ puts down that smoke,
Lock it in, clip it.
he could just walk into wine again. We've seen a lot of this kind of stuff where 100 Thieves use quite a bit of utility and don't achieve too much.
Oh, up to peak, they hear it jumping around, I think. Footsteps indicating quite a lot into this spot. Free fired attempted for the drone onto the corner. They got to try and break this one. Suppression would be a big problem. And even an ult being committed here. The Thieves feeling that desperation.
I stay for one. I stay for one.
Fading. Everyone has to play out and wide.
What the fuck?
Salvo's going to be delayed on top of it. That is the cherry on top, but...
Wait, I'm walled off, team!
Very much alone onto the side, getting this plant down, the wall cutting them out.
This is the same round they ran last time they had lockdown. Just put one person B main. Sorry, one person on site, the rest B main, and then fight through.
Smoke's propped up.
Oh my god. Oh my god, what a big round.
B main.
What a big round. Silva has ult. Here goes.
Here, and that's a Hunter's Fury. As soon as that attempt to flood straight back in. It's a good call to make. Cryo is delivering death blows.
Holy!
Just when you think they're out,
Holy! Mr. 4K!
Utilizing that lockdown.
When we needed him most. Oh my god!
This 100 Thieves team can generate win conditions.
Oh my goodness.
This guy in your back pocket, 20 pounds 16.
That's a filthy 4-piece.
The game is right back to being winnable for 100 Thieves.
Woo! Damn.
11-11. Like you said, Josh, right back to
what
being
a flash. What the fuck was that?
Aggro play being called for by 2G.
That was sick. That was sick, no?
Absolutely anyone. TP4 is off to the side, LZ. You're lucky. You got out of there scot-free.
There's that smoke again that kind of makes what Asuna's doing with his salvos less useful. There's a fight potentially on the other side. Oh, there we go. So utilizing the drone again to make sure that LZ can't sneak into wine.
This is an eco for 2G.
Bait and switch
Look at Tejo, he has a Bucky.
And this
looks they have like drone?
Thieves want to tackle it.
They don't have drone. They don't have drone. How do they clear this? They have no
first.
drones.
At least that's the game plan.
Both drones are gone.
Bearer's there to hit you with.
Oh my god, they might be walking into the fucking death trap right here.
Could easily get.
How many do they kill here? How many do they kill here?
1-2 combo.
Oh, it's your roll. I didn't see that.
Drifto's going to navigate all of that, and Kabir realizes
I didn't see that.
He's going to take a peek nice and early. Flash in your face. No escaping it. Tries to evacuate straight towards the back of the site. TP in through in as well. LZ.
But the Omen ulted in.
That's the run forward. That's a salvo. He's got a bloody util
What
out
the
in his hands. Lighting him up though.
What is going on? What is happening?
Swiftly dismissing them all.
This time, Cryo doesn't get caught in the middle of his dimensional drift. He's in there.
Like swimwear. Say
With
it.
a tiny bit of a good, you could argue, with the crab walk spray, but he gets the job done. And he's helping them out in these awkward spots. His ult was absolutely imperative to be able to get past that 1-2 Bucky setup in B main. And now, 11-11. And if 100 Thieves win this one, 2G's economy
11-11. Ooh,
so this
spicy.
is everything. 100 Thieves have somehow found themselves in a position where they've got a
Medic.
slim
I can't.
favor
I won't repeat it, but yes.
to win this game.
Yeah, oscillating wildly. One round they end up losing it because the game plan just wasn't cooked up thoroughly. The next they went out on a thrifty, so finding their ways back in with the footholds. 11-11.
The Thrifties have been massive. Cryo's individual performance has been so crucial to 100 Thieves as well. 2G, they need something big again, and they don't really have the funds to go for Askia's operator. That was causing a lot of issues to 100 Thieves when Askia was anchoring on site with it. They don't have that tool available to them.
For the perspective of 2G, I think the pressure's got to be pretty immense at this point. You're a team that's barely hanging on, to be honest. You've
25
only
and
just settled
16.
into your roster as it stands. You've been picked
No
to pieces.
ults for either team.
Not necessarily
Oh
by
my
other
god.
teams, but
Everything rides on this round. Not really, but
everything
well, for
comfortable,
2G,
really,
yes.
since their
100 Thieves has money.
Tier 1. Off the back of winning Ascension.
It's such a big match too
Hard fought
for both
almost
teams in
every
terms of their
single time they could
records.
Possibly grab here, but 100 Thieves on the brink. It's fast. They're going to let loose out towards A main here. Deep knife.
3?
Won't be timing. Tags onto the 3 as well, so pushing them back and away, but ensuring that he keeps Xander inserted. He's making a lot of noise.
Yeah, just trying to make it expensive here. As 2G look to reclaim some information, forcing them to use utility, making them think that there's still reason to keep bodies stacked on the A side defense. But
We're
LZ's
going back
doing
to
a good
B.
job of clearing all of this out.
Yeah,
It does
LZ
feel
is a
different.
fucking Chad.
There isn't that same usage of drone and recon and salvos. There isn't all of that stuff. So
He knows two are there.
They're grouping up for a B split or a B pop.
They're already leaning towards B.
Snapshot's not gonna
They
see
left
much here.
A.
Big danger player's got to be Askia though.
They have
Tucked up tight
4
to the corner.
They basically
Last
have
time he had
4 guys
Kylo's
towards
ult to try
B.
and clear this
Holy
risky spot.
fuck.
What have they got this time? Drone from EU. Silence is waiting onto the sidelines just to break that one, so supports it, bait and switch, but you have to think that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. Askia is going to commit to try and get out.
And now Asna.
35
good play
seconds.
for the ult orb. He
They have to go
has.
through.
So now
They
has
have to go
Tail
through
off
this.
online.
Holy suppress!
The util
1A, quick!
Beautiful.
Run!
Very good knife. Suppression across the
Scramble
board
it.
onto 4
They're
players.
pivoting again with
Oh
25
my
seconds
All the
left.
way
God.
over to LZ. This guy again could be the danger player.
The paranoia, holy
He's still got
fuck!
paranoia.
Paranoia's reinforces an Armageddon committed. No smokes out towards tree here. Backs against the wall. Paranoia.
That
down to
kill,
the pass.
Molly.
Lay it down on top of it. It's 2G
Oh.
attempting to find a way to pass.
Woo. They got the
Bring
kills.
victory, 100
They got the
Thieves.
kills.
Still
Time.
thriving. In the midst of all
Oh
that
my
chaos.
god,
They
it
make the most
works!
of it.
What the fuck
Two
is
mad
this?
rounds ending
What
in
the
polar
fuck?
opposite directions. This one
How
even
the
less
fuck
time
did
on the
it
clock.
work?
Boostio
It
makes
worked.
a pivot. Ill-advised,
Nah,
I think, but
dude.
what other choice did he have?
Nah,
Both players
Busio
suppressed
fucking
his teammate,
saved them.
But he makes the best of it. And grabs
Holy
3
shit.
important kills.
I don't know. Nice, boys. Let's go. Oh, hell, that's what I like.
That's what I like to
He's got to
see!
20. 2G are working with Scraps.
Damn,
100
that's
Thieves.
insane.
They're the team to beat here on Ascent now.
Nah.
There's that resilience that's rearing its head once more. Saw it when 100 Thieves played versus Loud. Doesn't matter how dire the circumstances get. This is a team that at this point
I hear Busio. I hear Busio yelling. He has a read.
spot before. Got to close it out here though.
Wait, he said dodge knife. He saw the knife
Mentioned
coming,
as
I
well.
think.
Josh, never been a better
Did he say
time
dodge
forward with the
knife?
buy of 2G. All grouped up towards B main. The clone to trigger that wall out. Salvo. Someone's going to come to EU to get the hell out of there. It's going to take a bit of chip damage, I think, in the process.
Yeah, almost half of his health gone.
And now for the second wave of things. Now that the wall has been removed, the rest of your team can't
Whoa!
try and play all the way through.
Big damage.
Landing those shots. Anti-flash players were critical
Tejo
into the middle of
has
that.
ult.
And 100 Thieves are hunting for a little bit more. These smokes have faded, dissipated. Askia steps up to that challenge.
He's in.
Quick dismissal, beheading on it. Boostio, blindness,
4v2.
a quick peek in through the back. This is all set up nicely. 2G
Asuna.
finding their
Wow.
way
Asuna
forwards.
1v3, 20
Finding
HP.
these kills on top
Might be too
of
much
it.
to ask for. A double
Asuna
swing.
to 1v3. And they are
Oh, we deserve
rapidly
overtime.
approaching his
Fuck it.
position. Dragged all the way. We are going to OT.
Damn, what
This
a
is how
game. It's been an
2G
insane
ended
map,
up
bro.
getting
I'm not
their
gonna lie.
win
It's been a
allowed.
fucking good ass game.
Got into overtime, 14-12 on map 1. I was worried here that 2G were just going to let this one slip completely. That's a nice little flash play. Silence playing out of position towards lane, making sure nobody can spot him, and then re-peeks back in. There were so many spots here where 2G let slip on their defense. They
Holy
lost thrifty
fuck.
rounds. They lost rounds with the time ticking down to only 10 seconds left on the clock. But they rallied in the 11th hour.
Thank you,
Sent us to
Texas.
OT. Cryo has picked up an operator too. So going for that force by op, which means on the Yoru, no flashes, no clone to work with.
2 gate crashes and a dream, basically. He's taking his time with the gate crashes on top of it. Just waiting for now.
All right, here we
Fake
go.
of a fast B split. Smoke deep on mid. Drone immediately, but they didn't break the alarm bot. So they haven't really showcased a real threat here.
Wall high committed.
You won't go through that,
G
pussy.
looking like they want to end in the direction of a
Oh.
a flash and a peek to try and coordinate.
Got out.
Salvo's used the
Wow.
response that
Wait, Xander's
cat
getting
mouse
frisky
game.
with it.
Who can
It's
use
an
the
A
least
split.
amount of util.
Asuna has no rockets left. He has stun
Asuna
though.
has been using his drone on an early timing over here towards Catwalk, and now it's gone. Salvo's gone as well, but the stun is massive in this spot.
Good stun.
Flash
Good
rebound
stun.
towards it.
Chad.
He's gonna try and hold it down. Route to the
Chad
response.
Suna.
From his own team.
Exactly. Routed towards the back there, jumping through the air. You will not escape the ire of Asuna. Quick to hunt
Xander,
it
nice
down.
angle.
Xander himself steps up to that mark.
Kyle's here.
Challenges to be had all over
Double
the map
swing.
at this point for 2G. They've only got
Easy.
2 left to stand. Make
Easy
it one.
hold.
Make it none.
Damn, bro. Damn, bro.
That's the kind of setup Asuna's been looking for the whole time with that cat hold. Throws
Asuna
out
did
quite
work.
a bit of early
Good
utility,
job.
but keeps the stun in the back pocket, ready to throw it out and swing. He's happy to brawl. Kajaskia dead to rights. Buying time for Xander and Cryo to reposition into high-lows on site.
Let's go, you cat. Nice! Fucking
Once more the pressure put onto 2G.
Why are we laughing? I don't know
We are
why.
missing those.
I don't
It's
know.
all good. We're only human. But this is 100 Thieves now. On the cusp of taking away this opening map and Ascent. We're talking about it as the best chance really for 2G, I think, to do some damage into this series. And can argue that they've let slip.
They haven't moved their vice wall at all.
That wasn't where the shock dart was supposed to go. Straight to Cryo's back.
Next one's going to be meant to delete this Thorns, but okay.
Hasn't worked.
Yeah, Razor Dine's still going to be there. Applying that pressure now, making their moves over towards A.
PXS is dropping off Catwalk just as he's required.
I just saw 3 people
They
type.
get the B split.
Okay,
He's
never
on a
mind.
bit of an island, has to TP to try and get back here, but he's got no
good molly.
real help or support. He's
Good
got a
dagger.
Paranoia still being held already. These players
Fucking
are
we
trying to
ball!
get all the way into him, underhanded with the flash as
Brother!
well.
Brother!
Golden!
Brother!
The Boostio! None the wiser, looking to the side, not expecting this one. LZ got that support that he was asking for. TP's around, Xander, an inclination as to where this player could be hiding.
We go again?
But it leaves it down to him. 13-13.
Damn.
Inevitable.
Damn, what a hold.
That's a mad play from PXS.
Oh my
Throws the
God.
underhand flash through there after getting 3 suppresses. Realizes he's a little bit late to the party, but he still just sends it. And now I think it's on EU to stop that from happening. EU was tucked over towards Catwalk, playing an anti-flash position, but doesn't actually swing in aggressively enough until 2 players are already dead. So he kind of missed the timing there.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Was he blind?
Two of his
I don't know.
players
I don't know.
died.
I don't know if he was blind.
And
Maybe
100 Thieves did look a little bit oblivious in that spot.
we go
PG
again.
Still got it. They are still giving it out there.
Yep.
I don't think, again, you would have seen this team put up anywhere near as much resistance in kickoff. They didn't have that belief that when stuff got tough, they could stick it out.
It's a different team.
It really
it
feels
looked
like it.
they'd won a raffle to play on the stage in kickoff. Like,
Well-
listen, that's me being polite about it.
But this team, I don't know whether it's because of the roster moves or whether it's a different mentality culture shift within the squad, But this is more like what you saw from them at Ascension.
For sure. And
where they really believe.
And I think you've got to put some respect on the name of 2G to be capable of doing that. A lot of teams place in that scenario, those circumstances where, you know, you're losing your players. Over time, you're just waiting to buy time for stage 2.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
God,
brother.
They peter out. They peter out.
Cryo's coming up on 30 kills. His friends are not doing shit to help him. What do you know?
Cryo picks up the operator again. So another glass cannon off to work with on defense side. He's going to try to hold on to his gate crash for a little while here, I would imagine, and then post up in a passive position on A heaven. But 2G, they have been faking a fast B split in a couple of rounds here, but they're never actually breaking the alarm bot. I wonder if they just send it on a B split.
Our forwards here.
There's the alarm bot.
Yep, spotted that. Time to the corner already broken here. This is fast. Flash
B split. B split.
Playing it forwards here. The pace increases. Almost unexpected here, but you're playing right into the hands of 100 Thieves. This is the kind of tempo that they really enjoy. Dash forwards and across there into market. No real ground gain for 2G. They're quite stuck and corralled for now.
Gonna get another kill on Thief backside.
Anticipating. Leaves an opening and it leaves a gap. 100 Thieves as a sole defenders. Boostio. Side by
This is a
side,
solid hold. Holy fuck, Boostio. He's back.
Boostio tackling the two-piece. Cryo TP's in through the back. Smoke in your face, shorty in hands. No one's going to be stepping past this one and just taking that pressure and leaping and bounding straight into their face.
Nice hold.
That's exactly the kind of timing that 100 Thieves want 2G to be playing. That quick pace, it suits Asana's drone timing. It suits Cryo's gate crash timing. It suits the style that 100 Thieves want to play as well. There's a reason that 2G have been taking most of the attack sides criminally slowly. Because they don't want to be doing this. And I think if we get to see another OT, maybe they could try a fast play off the beginning and then slow things down, but you've got to pump those brakes. Askia himself going for the glass cannon op and looking to take an aggressive peek in B main. This is it for the map.
Players is being held down here, but Salvador, oh, it's just seen, I think. Pointed out that the drone going to be used to push him way away
They
from
moved the
angle.
vice wall finally.
Vice wall left to guard mid.
Uh-oh, Askia's re-peeking.
Sniffing up close to it.
Oh no, brother!
One on dart duty once more. Uncomfortable territory for Askia. Expecting the
Boostio, you dirty dog.
Egregious by the wall, and Boostio is going walkabout. Incredible timing to be taken. Def.
Do they know he can be here?
1,000 cuts at this point. That's what 100 Thieves are looking to deliver. Slowly walking meandering around the map. This is Silence just walking straight into his crosshair. Boostio is having a field day at this point.
They're going back to B.
Cuts up the middle of the map, and now a series of unknowns circling through the 2G players' heads.
Oh my god, Boostio's fucking...
Oh
my god, GG. Boost, guys.
They're looking lost at this point, and 100 Thieves are looking to
turn 100 Thieves found the way, huh? They really found the way.
The 5 ILC, but straight back at you by EU in the trade, and this is it. 15 to 13. Slow going in the end, but for our opening map, it's 100 Thieves who see
wow.
A great round there from the IGL just to close the door. A 6-6 half is nowhere near what 100 Thieves would have wanted to open up.
What a match. That was a fucking sick game, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And Boostio really found his own too. Calling some mad rounds. I mean, there were some crazy rounds in the midst of that with 20 seconds.
Map 1, that was map 1, sick map 1.
But he got the job
done.
That
was 2G's map pick though.
3 kills in that chaotic round. Made the play here in the final round 28. And up towards the top of the scoreboard, the IGL and the star player, Boostio and Cryo. If this was 2G's best chance of taking a map in the series, which I think it probably is, then that actually
a lot of highlights,
well
a lot of highlights.
Yeah. They're going to be moving as well into Icebox as our next map. That pick for 100 Thieves. We know how good they are on their attack sides.
Specifically only on the attack sides, though, from what we saw. So it would be nice to see a bit of an improvement on defense. It's an area for improvement.
Wild moments in this game, though, that were delivered up by these 100 Thieves players, and they've got a ton of momentum behind them now. We're going to be stepping away. GB and the analyst, that's of course breaking it all down for map number 1, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, let's go back to our video. I'm running an ad. Let's go back to our video.
I'll share what Safe had to say during the series, and then we'll come back to that a little bit later.
7-5 and
I can't watch this. I was told not to watch this on stream. I'm gonna have to skip this part. Unless, all right, you guys promise not to fucking snitch if I watch it? You guys promise to use your Prime sub on me for the next 6 months if I watch it? No. Next 3 months? No. Next month? No. Once ever? No. Can I get a kiss?
My mom is gonna give us a little bit.
This confuses me.
This confuses me as well because no one knows if he actually delivered on that promise because they did 7-5 that half.
From multiple angles. Firstly, why Safe would even say that? Like, I don't get it. And second of all, why the broadcast team would actually publish it, right? For everything.
That's what I was saying as well.
This did not have to be broadcast publicly on the broadcast, but it was, so it is what it is. Now, of course, Vitality in this moment, they, despite the fact that Safe was 28 and 28, I mean, look at him, 1.04, like on the Sova, sure, great performance, right? But of course, the team got clowned, and Miniboo on the Neon, certainly on the Icebox, was an absolute menace. And the Haven was not much better. It was 13-10 on the Haven in the end. Heretics got the job done there. Sure, that was their pick, but Vitality on the Icebox, of course, a map where Durka and Fnatic historically were just so strong. Kicks had an awful map here.
4 and 16.
Had a brilliant one. 13-6. Heretics get a comfortable 2-0 win. So, look, my questions about Safe are not really on the comment. It's more so about the context of the team. Obviously, Safe, as a very talented individual player, there's no doubt, but, you know, there have been many individual talented players in the history of not just Valorant, but, you know, just FPS esports in general. It happened many a time in Counter-Strike. You get a very talented player who says, yeah, I can in-game lead, no problem, I'll call the shots, I'll call the strats, I'll make it work. And maybe it doesn't work, right? And this is the question on having a proper in-game leader, as it were, that certain teams have, whereas Safe has kind of stepped into that role. And, well, it was okay at the start of the season, but this could potentially be a very telling result. If you get slapped around by Team Heretics like this, especially with the super team, and of course they made the change.
Brother,
the recent change.
Brother, on to the next one. Sorry.
Was Zyphoff coming in to try and get even better. And initially it looked okay, but this was a test of a series, and it was a test that was failed with flying colors, if that even works. So Vitality go down. Of course, lots of the reaction was to whatever the hell was going through Safe's mind at this particular moment, and even Jake is like, what could possibly be the context for what Safe said? And even as...
It was 2G's map pick as well. They're able to take a win 6. I want to ask, on that round 21, we saw Thrifty where Cryo gets a 4K, and it seems like there was a switch of energy right there. So can you tell me what happens after our round to bring it back and win that overtime?
I would say, honestly, we were pretty... I think the attack half we played pretty well outside of like one round. I think that we just started very, very slow on defense. Like... We just made a lot of bad decisions, to be honest. And I think that eventually, I mean, we know how the team plays. Like, we watched all their film, and we know exactly how to react, but we were just kind of slow to get to our game plan, basically. So after 2-6, called a timeout. We made sure we were just, you know, focused on the game plan, understand what we need to do. I'm confident that Boosie's going to call a great attack half, so I can burn my second timeout there. Yeah, and then he ends up calling a great attack half. So, I mean, worked out, yeah.
It looked amazing. Best of luck, map 2.
You know, Red Bull says here in the replies, I'd be so caught off guard if one of my teammates said that, which I think is maybe a fair point as well. Like, are you not going to get checked out at a moment like that? I don't really know. Weeded says, Safe never living that one down.
Weeded, you made it. Is he here? You're in the fucking video, bro.
So people are calling him Safemund Freud, right? Like, those of you out there who know will know what people are getting at with that one. But, you know, then people kind of took the adjustment to say, okay, what about Safemund Frauds? Because maybe he's a fraudulent in-game leader. So that's what I eventually put on the thumbnail, because it was a big conversation topic of last night. Before we close the video, some scrims to go through, and one very interesting one
goodness.
Envy were playing Lev. This was 15-5, which is definitely a notable result, given, you know, this is a challenger's
Inspire
team,
the GOAT.
maybe not the best challengers team. team, but certainly a very strong challengers team that can cause some serious damage potentially. Crew were playing someone, they were down, you know, well, they were up 11-2. This guy slammed Val, was down 2-11. But this was the interesting one. So Loud were playing NRG. As we can see, Luxo's here, DG Zan's here, Toys is here.
Toys is back,
so Toys
maybe.
is back, right? That's the notable thing. Toys is back in, and
Got
we've got
Toys
on the other side. So Loud have made a change. They obviously made the change. Toys was gone. Luxo was back in. He played well.
Someone said scrim results as news, Keck W. Wait, now that you say it, it is kind of funny that we're fucking using these. It is funny that the scrim results are a part of our news.
And the team was still bad. So, what are they doing?
Let's review the scrim results.
Is it Vinny? Because I don't think we 100% know. We're not sure whether it's you know, whether it's Vinny or whether it's Karanzan. I don't think it can be like, there's no way they drop Karanzan, surely. I mean, but therefore Vinny's the in-game leader, right? So maybe the decision is, and maybe it's the right one, like if I had to guess, it's probably because Vinny was not performing well. You know, I'd imagine that what they've said is, all right, guys, you know, Vinny, you're out of here. We're not going to bother with the leader. We're just going to run around and try and get kills. And maybe that worked in scrims. Maybe it works in reality too. I don't know. We'll see. But Loud, it seems, are making a change. NRG were up 13-7 on someone else at some point as well. Sentinels played EG. This was 5-7 at this particular moment.
All right, we got to script this part, bro.
Vermont and Twitter, your thoughts and a comment. Just one final thing was this I thought was pretty cool because, yeah, it does sum up some of the things we've been talking about, really. Lev, this is public engagements per post. And all of 2025 so far. Kind of crazy to think that Qbit Academy are third on a list that includes all of the pro teams. You know, Qbit Academy are cooking 100T, C9.
Yeah, that is.
That first map doesn't go your way, but going into the second one is an Icebox that you played against Crew. What were the lessons learned from that last week to make sure that you win today against 100 Thieves?
So we had a bad Icebox last week. We got like 5 or 6 scrims this week, and we had managed to fix a lot of problems that we had before. So yeah, we're ready right now.
All right, best of luck.
You believe him or not?
Now, we did see
NRG, MIBR, etc. You know, G2 are right down here as well. EG.
Who the fuck said Giacomo from eBay? The fuck is wrong with you, bro? Have some respect for the people on your fucking screen.
Actually done a bit better. I mean, they're still kind of bottom, but they're actually above Leviathan, which is kind of impressive. These are some of the numbers that Riot Games will at least keep in mind when it comes to deciding who keeps their partnership spot in 2027 and beyond. I mean, Sentinels, Loud, even if Loud don't do very well, they're still a massive organization that represents their region well. So I don't think they're going to go anywhere. It is, you know, we're talking Furia, we're talking EG, we're talking Leviathan, certainly. That will be under fire here to some degree. But very much into your thoughts on all of this stuff in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed.
This is bullshit, Rob! Where's the fucking good shit, bro? That's it? What do the comments say on this video? Justice for Mama Safe. That's the most upvoted comment. Honestly, valid. I would upvote it, but I'm not signed in.
You saw a tweet just then in the break saying, let's play some Valorant that we can be proud of. So
wait, where's my food?
This is an opportunity for them to showcase that they've worked on, I would say, the weaker side of the map for most teams.
Yeah.
I think most teams are coming into Icebox thinking about the attack side. It's easier to go and take that space you need to execute. It's easier to get into good positions now with the current meta. So the defense becomes pretty tough to play, even though you have a lot of good plant denial tools to work with. It's just tough to hold off big A execs, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's the big problem right now in the meta.
How do you push back against it? In terms of compositions, though, nothing out of the ordinary. Dare I say standard affair, not as standard as it used to be with Icebox. Used to only see the one comp, but...
Yeah, I mean, Asuna playing the Harbor, sorry, not the Harbor, the Gecko.
The Gecko is
a little
unusual.
not standard. You know, you'd expect more teams to be going with stuff like the Taehawk. Gives you really good pipes control on the attack side.
Dude.
Again, gives you really good.
Navi's actually fucked.
You get that
he only follows me around.
I think that's
when I have
another
food.
aspect as well, though, with the wingman. They just like
Otherwise,
it.
he doesn't give a
One of
fuck
the worst
about me.
aspects of Icebox, you load in at rank, you're wondering,
It's
okay, well, who's
crazy
going to plan the
work,
spike?
Yeah, who's on plan?
I'm not kidding. It's like 50-50 whether we leave it in spawn and I'm solo queuing, mate. It's like no one wants that responsibility. Maybe that's a part of it.
Tonga here in the pistol
Only
round.
cares about my food.
Okay, Stealth trying to lead its way. This is Xander trying to catch a cheeky timing. It's going to be alarm bots. Nana Swarms all detted up here. Lots of players ready and waiting. Sands are going to be dropped here. They need to clear this guy out of dodge. Flash into your face eventually.
Bomb kills
Getting the
4.
job done
Just
there
kidding,
for
I love
2G.
you,
So
Xander.
even it up 4-4. And here's that reflank. Creep and crawl in from behind.
They
No
are not
anticipation
thinking about it.
No anticipation at all. Aston up and over.
Wait,
Flash
why
in
did
your
he
face.
shoot
It's
so
Princess
early?
just seeking to redeem himself.
It's actually gone well for 2G.
Wait, what?
Yeah, now there's an option to pivot all the way over towards A. If that was the A players, go on, get a bit of a scurry on. Got to worry about mid.
The read is good. EU almost found a timing there to try to challenge them on the mid cross, but instead he's getting himself into a position. So we're going to get a brawl. All they've done is swap the sites.
This position right here is going to be potentially quite unexpected, but the knife reveals, or at least towards the back here, orb into your face, a tap, and a swing through as well. Good coordination in the end. It's all to come together. And damage done to the final player, Boostio. It's been done to the lifeline. It's getting cheeky with it.
Should have killed him.
And just can't quite hit it.
5 HP, the
Oh my
difference
God.
there towards the end.
Oh my god.
I like what 2G were doing with the orb, swinging out of it from multiple different directions, trying to overwhelm EU. Almost lost a 3v1 though to Boostio.
Oh my god.
Would have been a mighty pistol for him to get for the team. They did not think about the fact that when silence goes down, this flank is so open. Oh. I think 100 Thieves should have won the pistol round basically just off that flank. It looked like they had 3 kills. But the reactions a tad too good. And you could argue that LZ's won them another pistol with 3 kills there. Pretty similar to what he was doing in the previous series we watched.
Definitely seems so. 2G are taking this so slowly. They've given up all of A main control. Given up the orb on top of it. I think a good sign to look forward to, as we've been mentioning, I think, is like running the Taeho, just a way to control pipes early on as the attackers. Deep dart against Bell. Salva's being used. Any sort of way to deny front A space is pretty important in that kind of, at this point, it's like almost flowchart Valorant, right? So
2G though, had focused
This round's
more
over,
on
bro.
a B leading D.
You guys remember
at the
this?
beginning of this half. So maybe conditioning 100 Thieves to just push up a little bit and take a bit of free A space, and then they're going to go back and punish that later on. Normally teams will have a game plan for the first 5 rounds or so. Right, I plan for the pistol, I plan for the bonus, I plan for the next rifle round, and then you kind of feel the game out from there and try to let your IGL.
What was this from again?
What's been happening in the game?
What the hell's on my legs?
Everybody going down with the ship. 100 Thieves just trying to deny this one. You don't want to let 2G build up any ults, and okay, well, PXS.
Oh,
that's really nice.
Yeah, wraps it from behind there. So now, what is it, 3 away?
Yeah, pretty close considering. And it's a good ultimate to get online early on. Cryo has immediately gone for the operator. I mean, no beating around the bush. Just as soon as he has 4,700 credits online, get me the boomstick. And he has made such a difference with this weapon.
Yeah. Could be a very wise choice of how.
Bro, I got hungry. Please stop eating.
Really
You got hungry. I've been
rounds.
hungry. We ain't the same, bro.
Again, it's the B-leaning default for 2G.
No one heading over towards A really at all. Just trying to control that space. Deep knife up and overhead. It's going to be broken.
It's easier for the defenders to contest this area, but you can see that it's a bit of a fake. They've kind of pulled Cryo off the line. He's now on a really passive defensive line with his operator.
Is dying to the bomb give that person orbs now?
Back into A.
Trying to re-clear that mid-info. Jiggle from 100 Thieves. They're stacking this with a lot of bodies. They've got a bit of a read occurring. I think that's just from Xander with his B main control.
Yeah, drone through mid, Xander fully posted on B. You know this is going to be an A exec. Question is, can you hold it off?
A lot of angles to account for. Underhanded with the flash, at least for the first wave of things here. That's going to trigger the wall to go up, and that's another difficult one to try and get yourself through. Cryo dropped in the midst of all of this one here. Askia is doing a hell of a task. Up,
what a flash.
Up and away here. It's lifted into a 1v2
what
for
a
2G's
flash.
bonus.
Spike planted.
Wow.
Assert themselves into the positions. Silence head on a bit of a swivel here. There's a not quite sure where Xander could be lurking and approaching from here, but they are doubled up. Turret, not even that catching the contact here. It's just the elbow bullets raining down, and Silence no more. Up top though, anticipation and snap to the side. This is Xander. 35 out for the dream.
He just peeks him? He peeks me like I'm shit?
Sleep off the back of that
He
one.
peeks me like I'm shit? What was that?
2G.
And they pick up the operator at the end as well. I mean, that was the round where Cryo had invested in a glass cannon op, and he gets ruined as the first pick. They used basically one underhand flash to clear maze, not even to go through the Viper wall, and then they just ran in. And 100 Thieves couldn't stop it. And that's why I posed the question. Yeah, you have 4 players here, stacking on A, but can you actually stop a hit from coming through?
What's up, baby? I see you.
It's the biggest thing that teams are struggling with on defense right now, is just stopping these A execs.
100 Thieves especially so. Salvos, you can see, they were used preemptively to make sure the 100 Thieves couldn't play for an early orb.
Boostio goes for a walk down the tube here. Just looking to post himself up, get a little bit of info, hear some rotates.
Who plays next?
We'll hear these footsteps.
D2 versus live.
Yeah,
oh my god, I just spit.
You might have just missed it, actually.
What a walk-in occurring. Timing to be taken. Uh-oh. Him versus Gobert, and here's it. Scurrying around. Good with the crosshair placement.
So he's going to call the timing now for the rest of 100 Thieves to scurry across, but he might have just missed it. Could be a little too late here.
Yeah, they're already. Look at this by 2G. Proactivity is called for. They're going to be trying to fight all the way deep into Snowman. That's a good dart, though. Lighting them all the way up. And
what?
Inside of LT defends through into the
How
back
is he
there.
alive?
Sheriff's in hands. Going to try and make it. Boostio! Boostio!
What?
What is this? 1 bullet left.
Ace.
1 player left to stand. 4 kills in the round. It's an ace on the cards. Wingman forcing the issue.
Oh!
And there you have it.
What?
Stand up, take a bow. Not too far though. You don't want to.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Your entire setup. All good.
He's tethered to the desk.
Wait, what?
All good.
That's a sick round though from Boostio. It feels like he's found his form again.
How the
Got a bit of a freebie here on Cabrera to open things up, but then nice catch on Askia.
Oh my
Just as Askia was about to fight over Snowman control. All 5 in the round.
Yeah, looking nice with it for the iBuyPower ace. Make sure you follow iBuyPower on socials and use hashtag #UnlockYourAce. Plenty of rewards and giveaways occurring.
What a fire ass is, bro.
And Boostio's now got his ult online to be able to play retake on one of these sites. So if they don't want to challenge super heavy over A main,
flash up and over that updraft. Askia. It's unfortunate almost that he couldn't collect that kill onto Xander. Pop it away, playing Cryo almost all the way back in here, but no one on knife duty. Slightest of angles.
Maybe a bit
Overheat.
overconfident there from Boostio.
Overheat.
Challenging on an angle without realizing that there was a player deep in mid, and now they've lost the lockdown. So no real opportunity to play A for retake, even though that's the setup that they're currently running with.
He's back is crazy.
No command forwards. He's going to be spelling it out to 100 Thieves. Slow and steady though by 2G.
Oh my god.
PXS is barely up onto that line. Whips it around to the corner. Full side control for 2G. Middle now, but they're not holding the top rafters.
What?
Okay, Asuna just walks all the way out. Little bit messy. Asking with the trade, instantaneous back and forth from EU.
Messy.
And Cryo's got to think about here whether he wants to go forwards and commit the operator to this attempt.
And wants to play here. Bullet
They
to the
missed
brain,
it.
just through the wall, and that's
Oh,
how
shock.
LG's surviving. Shock dart ricocheting.
Wow.
Oh, tripped
Nice
him
bounce.
out. That's EU. Lovely little play. As you mentioned, Cryo is thinking about it, but listen, you've got to try and root out these players. Where could they be? Hiding in wait. Salvo's just buying all the more time.
Fringe.
2G are happy to really just let them stew.
Time?
Still now EU sticking. And what a whiff from Gobera.
They lost that?
Time has been earned. And a round has been won.
Wow. Wow.
Cryo just walks up all the way forwards, holding the angles for those
Wow.
peaks, but
Just
Gobera's
wow.
got to hit that
Just
one, man.
wow.
I don't think he quite realized how close Cryo was. But Asuna just walks it out on rafters too, with nobody paying attention.
Oh my god!
Couple major missteps in this round for 2G, but
Gobera
100
whiffs.
Thieves will love
Gobera
that.
whiffs.
Especially after Boostio died right at the beginning. He
Guys,
was
I'm
watching
telling
this
you, it's
whole
easy
round
if we
from the
just chill.
sidelines.
They give it to you. Everyone makes mistakes.
Didn't quite catch what EU was saying there, but I think he was saying, like, if you just wait patiently long enough, 2G are going to make the mistakes. We're gonna get given these opportunities.
It's fast up by 2G. Different look. Flash overhead on top of it. Now you're going to see it. Lock down, drop down. An attempt by 100 Thieves to try and push them back and away.
Very early.
2G are hard committing. They've got bodies in here. There's 4 seconds left. You're all going to get detained. Slightest window to play in. But okay, what is that?
2.
Wait,
just
he got destroyed.
narrowly avoiding for that timing. 2 detained is going to slow them down to a crawl here.
It
100
is.
Thieves. Point to be made, not to be overzealous. Don't overstep yourself here. Let 2G play into you.
I mean, that was a weird one too, though, because I think they committed Fragment Grenade and Salvos to break the lockdown, but they were too slow with it.
Yeah,
so it
too slow.
detained them as they were breaking it. Bizarre.
Weird interaction.
Yeah, it bugged.
So 2G just wanted to send this round and unfortunately had to hit the cancel button. And now they're in a bit of an unusual spot, but it's going to be a re-hit.
Ah, that's a thrash as the wall goes all the way up here. They're hearing it with the drone on top of it. That's a good suppression, though. Cancels out towards it, so thrash not active, boosting forwards, but anticipating. Hold on, backs towards all of it. Still 2G. They're running rampant now onto the site, delivering an onslaught. Straight to the doorstep. 100 Thieves still struggling to really get any sort of hold going. And again, Cryo with his operator playing retake into this spot. Unless Sander gets something done, if he finds a few easy pickoffs, 2G not in the habit of giving it away. Gonna have to give this one up. And they're gonna want to go hunting. 2G, eager. It's blood in the water. They're chasing the trail.
They got money to chase.
Got money in the
But
bank.
at the same time, Cryo would be able to buy another op, so I think a stalemate called here.
Yeah.
Wow.
100 Thieves in another
fucked
spot,
that
though,
shit
where
up.
they stack the A site. They know that this hit is about to come through. I mean, the Thrash, sure, it doesn't really slow down the entirety of 2G, but they knew that A re-hit was going to happen on that timing, and they couldn't stop it. The defense from 100 Thieves has yet to really show that it's got that sticking power. They're getting caught out by just like one flash. And
He only had a stinger?
the crossfires are not cemented in sight. The players are not quite able to ping-pong off each other well in these kind of moments. Getting run down. Even with lighter
Oh my
weaponry.
god, I aged so much.
I mean, if I'm 2G right now, I'm thinking, hey, we
Someone
can
said
just
it's for the
kinda
old
hit
chat.
A
Don't be a dumbass.
immediately, and I think we're
My
gonna get
bad.
some serious rounds in this half.
It's for the old guys.
Knife
Don't
and
be a dumbass.
over, along with the salvos again. That is the first line of offense here from 2G, looking to see if they can secure a bit of space in for.
What's for dessert?
And it also just gives you information. You know, because you've suppressed
I'm about to
the
get
operators here.
about to get a New York cheesecake.
So time to be cautious.
1,400 calories straight to the face.
Gearing up for a bit of a
You get what
flash
I'm
peek
saying
on
or
top
nah?
of it. 2G not running a Sova, so they don't have the typical tools you'd use to find out where the op is playing exactly, clear them out.
I'm just playing. I ain't getting no
Like your
cheesecake.
slapdash almost.
Dessert?
What is the play here?
There's no dessert.
You kind of expect
Dessert is G2 versus
wanted
Lev.
to play off his Sova ultimate in a round like this on defense, but everybody else on 100 Thieves wants to take the fights pretty early on. I mean, Asuna's position is committed and aggressive.
This is very strange indeed. And the Hannah with the flash again to try and get through themselves into the
Cryo?
Cryo cleared out. Hunter's Fury, it was primed, it was ready in EU.
Damn, good damage.
At least with just the one collection, 2G are not slowing down.
But the rest of the players on site are gone. Even though the Hunter's Fury connects with a couple of players, it didn't help Cryo or
These scale flashes are nice.
Shock
30
darts.
seconds left.
Lame to do a bit of
Eat
chip damage,
this!
potentially even a kill as well. Second guessing himself
Oh,
at the
fuck.
moment, and that just
Missed.
okay, landed a little bit short. Still scared the bejesus out of him. So 2G not committing to the plan for now. Feeling uncertain in this timing, and it's given an option for 100 Thieves potentially. Wide swings and wide faces. EU gonna collect that kill. Gonna collect it now. Just putting the pressure on a bit of an island.
What we do?
Success just can't quite
1 HP.
make out control into the round. Split up. Position noted of Askia. Quick cleanup.
And the plan denial, the threat was more important there than the action itself.
Yeah.
If PXS had just committed to that plant, he would have got it down, but impossible for him to know in the moment that EU was going to slightly miss the shock dart. He made the right decision by getting off. But once you apply this amount of pressure to the planters, you get to a spot where there's like 15 seconds left and they can't hold rafters. They just have to be putting all of their effort, all of their resources into getting the plant down.
Oh, it's so easy, I swear.
Nah, he whiffed like 3 times that round.
3-4
He cannot be
down
saying
at
that.
the moment, so if it is that easy, they need to
I'm gonna go ahead and call him out.
string here.
He whiffed like 3 times that round.
He might have cracked the code.
Nah, there's no way.
Still played in very
There's no
committed
way.
positions that round. Yeah. If you're gonna play off and play the plant denial, you kind of want him to be playing a one pick and get
Early
out kind
Viper
of
ult.
strategy.
It's
Gander.
going to be dropped down 2G. Straight
God, he's
bullets.
out.
Praying for the connection onto Xander.
The 2G have gone for this B side default quite a bit, where they put a bit of pressure over towards B and then they walk back into A. And Cryo's going to be hoping they do something similar. Instead, though, for the first time,
Hail
LZ
ult to clear it?
calls his
Nah.
team up tube, and the Pied Piper leads them forward.
Good drone. Damn, he got that shit early.
See it now.
Eat that!
He died. I guess the acknowledgement. EU.
Shock.
Couple of shots now. This is shock.
There's
darts.
4
One
guys
to
in tube.
Gut up the map in through.
Hey guys,
Kitchen,
what's
but
going on
heads
here?
On a swivel, not anticipating the Boostio could
Nice
already
try.
be here to receive them. Flash
Where are you going, Asuna? What the fuck? Brother!
Direction of 2G is even better. Still Xander. Round. And
Woo!
out. And locking it all the way down.
He's gotta know what
Kitchen
to be like.
is
They know what
his
to be like for
domain.
sure. Gander. Definitely knows.
Spike
30
got
seconds though.
lost.
Wait, Cryo has on their
Kitchen.
tube.
Silence.
Oh, this round's
Have to pick
over.
up the
This round's
pieces.
over.
Knows roughly
30
where Xander
seconds
is.
left.
It's a
So many
freebie.
micro adjustments and Cryo on the angle.
Yeah.
Never gonna let Silence walk under tube
Nice crunch
there.
in kitchen.
That's the kind of team fight brawl that 100 Thieves want to go for. It looks so chaotic. When Boostio sticks around for 5 full seconds taking this fight, you're like, mate, what are you up to? But it's because he's buying
Damn.
time for Asuna, for Xander to get into position to fully scrap and never let 2G exit kitchen. Either 2G wins the round right there by killing everybody, or they're not
Hey,
escaping.
we all got active, we all got down in 30.
Excuse me?
It was a down to 30 kind of round, and that's the kind of rounds that 100 Thieves love to play. They can't always force a big team fight like that.
Oh my god.
Especially on a map like Icebox.
Nah,
When you find the
Asuna
opportunity,
really
they
does
will
say the
take
funniest shit. We need a montage create.
I think back to A leaning defaults seemed like it would be the right decision for me, but
Put Rossi on the cast?
maybe they don't want to
Well,
put that on the eco.
depending on how bad they get smoked by G2, he might be on the desk sooner than you think.
Oh. Now for 2G. 4 to 4. Looking towards this round, I think, to do a bit of damage, maybe build up an ult or 2 for the next.
Eco.
PXS will have his null command online even if he just dies in this round, so
Yeah.
they'll have plenty of tools heading towards round 10.
Or better yet, just try and go for the win in the round. Cryo's the only one home. Here's the drone, and it forces him back out and away.
Cryo's about to feast right now.
Like I was mentioning,
Cryo is about to fucking
aren't
drop
ringing us over
bombs.
for that job still.
Pop dash now.
Similar positions. Cryo's been playing here before.
Don't think
Dash
we've
still
seen
available.
I
Guys?
don't think we've seen Asuna on top of screens.
Guys?
He might get first contact.
And he does. He spots all of them here, but still wrapping up with the sheriffs. And look at the wrist. Micro adjustment. Shorty in your hands. And Cryo's going hunting. And listen, it's going to get his reward.
Personally, I updraft right there.
Out. Proactivity, taking a fight straight to them. And as that wall drops, open sight lines and open access to the head of Silence.
I like that defensive setup. Asuna takes contact first at the line of scrimmage, at the Viper wall. And that then gives Cryo a timing to peek out himself. So it's not actually the Oppa taking first contact, which I think can sometimes be a bit of a bait on this map. We've seen Cryo die a couple of times because he's just facing too many people.
Yeah.
Kind of allowing Asuna to play Cryo in seems good.
That's
you're like a ninja, huh? Go fuck the site.
You got what?
That's a good way to play it. This is the round we were talking about, Alpha 2G.
Yeah,
built up a string of ults.
They're moving it around, so they're just looking to play a retake, leaving the Killjoy utility here as a little bit of bait, basically. And instead, I think they'll have a heavy flank retake setup in this round by the look of things. They're anticipating the PXS is going to use it.
Yeah, this is going to be layering it down towards the back. Boost here is just out wide into the open here. There's no retreat available, not when that util is going to be layered down into that particular approach.
And PXS has saved the ult, so now he can use it to stop the retake of a util.
Yeah, it's going to be it. Flooding out.
Oh!
Forwards here, Askia.
Nice shot.
Quickly dealt with. Pitt's going to be dropped down on top of it here. It's a big ult round for 2G. Commit the lockdown on top of it. And that, okay, Xander. It's going to be quick onto the flank now. Just trying to buy a bit of time alongside Asuna. See if they can put a bit of a pinch on towards these 2G players. Dart. No reveals. Now swarms forwards here. 2G. A lot of question marks to be written across the map in terms of what these players' positions are, because Hunter Thieves do have them surrounded, but getting into the pit is another thing entirely. You just spotted it. Silence. Peeking up and over. This time you got to hit the goal button. A 2G just like that. Blink and you'll miss it.
They didn't even have to use all of their ults there. The Taeho completely caught Boostio on site, so that's a great pick, but then nobody could be found inside of that Viper's pit.
Someone said, what are both teams doing?
There is an element of just rolling the dice in a round like that, though. I mean, if EU happens to catch somebody with a dart, then maybe it can snowball into something. If you get some lucky spam and predict the corner that LZ's playing in, maybe the whole round goes differently. But as it is,
that posture check,
easy
hydration check.
Get in, get the Viper pick, get out. Now we get to see another one where they've got the lockdown to work with.
Yeah, ult saved.
Asuna really wanted that orb, and they made sure there was 0% chance he was getting the Thrash online.
Salvo's in a snake bite, forced to respect it.
They could break this with Mosh and Shock.
Oh, they are.
See if they've got something for it. Mosh rebounds.
Wow.
Is
that dead?
Yeah, that should be good.
Shockies as well.
Damn!
Needed just in case.
They got layers.
Momentarily, and here comes a different sort of test. Trying to step up into the firing line.
What the fuck?
Running and gunning, trying to roll back the years back to 2020.
What the fuck was that?
And Cryo.
What the fuck was that?
3 kills in a round for him. Askia. It's going to be not long for this world.
Funny,
dude. Xander right there behind. Position noted. Spotted out. Discipline now played.
Xander didn't get the kill! Xander didn't even get the kill, dude!
The advantage now, 1 round lead.
Oh my god.
And I think at this point you could already talk about how much of an improvement this is compared to the last time we saw their Icebox defense. They have got the read on it right now. Asuna's drawing so much attention away from Cryo. Cryo's hitting every shot, and then they've got the flank immediately as well. Xander and Asuna were right there in the previous round, and this round, Xander instantly on the flank again, just as that insurance policy. They completely understand what 2G are up to. And if it wasn't for 2G
when I was bored, bro,
bonus,
why are you bringing the vibes down, bro?
half.
We had a good thing going. Now I'm looking at my uptime. God damn it, bro. Ban the word bored. Block the word bored.
No signs for now.
Everything's boring to you guys, bro. It's either cringe or boring.
Boostio doesn't care, man. Using the Thrasher, set this one forwards. It's just a one-man army.
Look at Boostio. He's playing his little heart out. Damn. You want one tap him, pussy? One tap him, then. What?
Boostio.
Nah. I'm going to get mad now.
To seal up the first half.
Who the fuck is this guy?
7-5 finish now for 100
What
Thieves.
the fuck?
As you mentioned as well, Josh, listen. It was a pistol round and a bonus conversion of 2G, and past that, not too much more.
No, just dominance for 100 Thieves. EU was right when he said that it was easy, apparently. And look at this round. This round is vintage 100 Thieves. They are just running it down.
Wait, it's the
they
save score.
Boostio taking point.
It's the save score.
Cryo by 50% as
We're making that a thing or no?
He looks good.
He really does. You don't expect that kind of aggression, but 100 Thieves, they thrive in it. It's how they like to play as well. We're going to see on the other half as well
I don't know, Rach.
how this map ends up
Well,
going.
I'm down to take credit. I wonder if that clip got back to Safe's mother and how that conversation went down. Bro.
I've heard it all.
We're something more hype right now. All these are good songs, but fuck, I couldn't find anything. It's already starting.
Thieves putting in a lot of work here to try and secure that top 4 spot here overall for the players. Or a 2G going to be able to run this one all the back? Very difficult to ask, I would argue, for 2G. Fist bumps going out, though. They got to have the confidence to try and do it. But with how good 100 Thieves have been looking on their attack of this map, that's why I say it's going to be a hard ask.
And today wasn't as much of a slow start from 100 Thieves compared to their match against Loud, but they're really looking like a team with a ton of aggression and confidence, especially if you only looked at that final round of the half there, round 12. They're coming out again with a lot of pace and aggression.
Yeah, it's a flash and a dart out towards the back. It's all quickly dealt with, though, if you are 2G, and out through B main. A little tangle, trying to see if they can wrap up some of these players, potentially taking these fights, overstepping themselves, but dash back to safety for 2G, and Askia still alive now, 5v5, LC.
Ooh, good orb.
There's the wall going up. Uses the orb in response.
Some.
Just the shoulder being peeked out wide here.
What the fuck?
And still, just eager to take a fight. I mean, Xander's taking that alone. There's no follow-up in the end from Boostio. Scrambling now to see if they can at least potentially collect that kill as well. Putting that pressure on into LD. Maneuvering his way around and a fight to be taken all the way forwards. Asuna is called for it. Collection of kills. But the Sheriff, you're missing almost every single shot. Silence. He's now caught, dropped down. EU knows it. Ready and waiting now. Precision is called for Gobera.
Rio?
Just cleaned him up though. Cryo trying to play this one lightly.
Oh, that sucks.
Revealed, spotted out here.
Nice try,
nice try. This is 2G.
Yeah,
a bit of a pistol round win.
So many spots where it could have gone the other way. I mean, many moments where it looked like 2G had potentially lost the plot there, but that opening kill ended up being remarkably important with Xander falling early. You saw the idea in the pistol round for 100 Thieves. They're trying to fake a bit of A pressure, get a double lurk going, punish the solo player that gets left to watch over towards B. They just didn't quite have the coordination between Boostio and Xander there. Boostio got pushed back by the orb as Xander swung to take the fight. Cryo locked in a corner to try to finish off a 1v2. So that pistol starts to get 2G back into this. The scoreboard makes it look like this has been a close map, but it hasn't really so far. Double pistol win for 2G and they're still behind.
Wait, what?
Getting still not going to be broken this time for 100 Thieves. Still, it's a pop flash play and a peek.
Oh,
set Gobera.
Boostio again.
1
HP.
Is on today.
Literally.
He's feeling it, isn't he?
Head's peeking out up and over towards the top here. This is Silence. He's
Damn.
trying to dismiss this one. 100 Thieves are just taking the fight to them regardless. And
Damn.
Rumble with the footsteps.
My turn.
Putting the squeeze onto the backside players. LZ.
What's up,
LZ
guys?
trying to make the most of the chaos, but he ends up falling anyway.
Nah,
2G
are
taken into the
trolling.
process. Askia
They gotta be trolling.
has been left into.
What is that last guy doing? What the fuck is that last guy that fell doing?
It's gonna be left.
Nah. There's no way he just dropped like that, dude.
Weaknesses. He needs mistakes from 100 Thieves. They're not in the habit of making it possible.
Nah, there's no way
That's a
this guy
snappy
wins
one.
this.
Straight to the dome. Cryo gone. Up top, he's finding info.
Asuna's on the
Here's
ropes.
Dash. And here's some space. Up across the ropes again. Sneaking. Crawling.
Nah,
That's
I'm gonna
the
get mad at
Asuna
Asuna.
special.
He needs to stop that right now. That is not a good
See
play.
that
I
one
don't
for the
care.
last 5
He
years?
needs to stop that.
Asuna on the ropes
He's
on
playing
Icebox.
for fucking.
Name a better
He's
combo.
clip
That's
farming in a
iconic.
match.
I thought there was a chance that
He's
Askia could have
literally
done that.
clip
Legion armor
farming.
actually made all the difference
Yeah.
there with his fight against Cryo.
There's no way.
But you are never pre-aiming randomly in the middle of the ropes. I mean, that is just so well played, I think. And 100 Thieves rip it away immediately from 2G. Pretty similar to what we saw in Ascent, actually. Both teams having a little bit of a struggle of converting these spots.
You get the orb like that?
100 Thieves had so much confidence and aggression on the eco
That was a
round.
thrifty.
From Boostio's start to the way that Cryo snowballed it forwards, 2G were left reeling.
Deep drone. A Salva's attempt of a punish there. Definitely causes EU to cancel it out.
Lucio's entering belt. I love it.
There is an angle over here from Boostio to PXS.
Oh.
He's missed the cross though.
Yeah, looking for each other's heads.
And the call made by 100 Thieves here. Just going to be slowly walking up. Now some util to reveal their hands. Dashboards on top gen. A bit of damage.
Chill, Cryo.
Players are lined up.
He got 0 ecos. Kyle has 0 ecos. He's pissed. He has 0 ecos. He got one. He got one. He's one more though. He's greedy.
That looks really nice. Very well.
He's just like me,
coordinated
bro.
from 100 Thieves. If you're given that amount of space at the beginning of the round,
He's gonna get caught. He's gonna get punished for this eco chase. I'm calling it. He's gonna get punished for the eco chase.
Asuna even has
Somehow
the pressure
Cryo
on
dies
to the
here.
next. This is how momentum builds.
Never mind, my bad.
And
Sharp.
This is how belief builds. I feel like they do it all the time. Wyatt was talking about it on the desk as well. This team will give you the highest of
9-6.
highs, lowest of lows, and all the time string you along to make you believe.
He's
We
you,
haven't
but
really
better.
seen the super
You shut
low
your
lows
mouth
from
and you
100
shut it
Thieves
now.
today. Some wonky spots at the beginning of the first map, but once they kind of got things online in the second quarter, they've been firing.
Yeah.
All right, 2G, what do you got for us?
My eyes are on the Thrash here and the idea of what they've got to go with it. I lean over towards B, and it's only LZ. IGL, player who's been performing to an exceptional degree individually, but he's asked a lot of in this spot. Wow.
Just
And a
sending
double
it.
lurk mid.
Yep.
Oh, the mid lurk.
There it is.
Wait, that was
Pinch.
nice.
Lamott's going to be revealed.
Wow.
Not
Wait,
to be
100 Thieves are
lurking
back.
Late like that.
They're
Baited
so
switch
back.
setups that are occurring out through mid as well. Fight is called for and it's taken. 100 Thieves not one to really step back here. Maybe lack of caution.
I mean,
Might
what the
punish
fuck?
them. EU though, did he expect this? Doesn't look like it. This guy is running a mockery right now in kitchen. Good luck clearing him out at this point in the 2v3. Second wave of things here for Thrash. And
I got you.
yeah, I'm going to attempt to take that timing as well. Detainment onto the
Let me get it,
last.
let me get it, let me get it, let me get it, let me get it, please.
Getting a run on, toying with him.
What's up, bitch?
Up and over the top, and Cryo. Execution style.
Oh
10
my
to 6
God.
now for 100 Thieves. At this point, it's not
Oh
even a
my
question of really
God.
like his momentum on their sides. They're fully in control.
Yeah,
From
they
the
are.
top
And that
rope.
round is straight out the playbook. It's so similar to the pistol. Remember what they did on the pistol? 3 players go over towards A and you get a double lurk going, trying to get the punish onto LZ on B. Well, this is the opposite of that. 3 players with a Thrash go towards B main.
Wait, I just
You've got a
realized
really
2G and
fast
G2
timing
are
from
both
mid
of the
from Boostio
Ascension
and Xander.
teams. That's a crazy coincidence.
It's well crafted.
Yeah, bro.
Completely
Keep
catches
thinking it's a
2G off
coincidence,
guard.
bro.
They're
Everything
expecting
you're
that to
watching
just
is
be all
fucking
5 players,
scripted.
or maybe a 4-1
This shit
with a
was
late backstab.
literally
the
just
timing and the fact that there was 2 in mid there,
manufactured.
it just ruined 2G's defense. That's a great round to pull out at the perfect time, and it crushes 2G's economy. And basically, any
Technically, the
chance
guard was
of
the
that,
Ascension
2G would
team.
have to pull
Yeah, but everything that
so
happened,
deep
like,
here
it was meant to
get
happen
back.
that way.
100 Thieves in control.
We have to be last-ditch efforts from 2G.
It's a long
Down
script,
4
bro.
rounds. Your timeout taken, used up.
I just got chills. What the fuck? Anyone else?
You don't
Chicken
even have
jockey,
guns to
brother.
look if it's
Chicken
this round
jockey.
Here to halfway, you're going to be going into. hard work's realistically going to be starting onto the next, unless they can cook up some sort of idea on weapons a week, play to gain an advantage.
And they're going to need some.
What am I playing? Me?
And at the moment, all of the individual stuff is going the way of 100 Thieves too.
Where's my kick W button?
It's pretty easy to
I don't have it on
be
my
in a
stream
good
deck.
individual spot when all of the ideas are working.
Yeah.
And today I think has been defined by Boostio. Like some of the stuff that he was calling on Ascent, but especially here on Icebox. Plus the individual.
I said chicken jockey at work, and now I have a meeting with HR on Monday. You're probably getting a raise, brother.
He and Zix were having about finding his role on the team.
Sure.
Trying to get away from being as supportive of a player.
My ult's ready.
To being back into a
Congrats
spot where
on
he can take fights and
CEO.
feel confident about himself.
Blade Storm in hand for Cryo. It's not going to be looking to slow down here. It's a lot of Utah going to be used preemptively here. Under 100 with
No!
the PXS need to be careful. 2G lying in wait here. Trying to make another go of things. Snake bite up and over towards the top of the south.
Yeah, show me the wingman planting the bomb, not Cryo fucking shitting on them.
War in hand. This is Cryo making the most of it. He knows he's up against a weaker buy. And now he's going to try and
Bro,
steal
he's
this
getting
one all
free
the way
ecos! I never get free ecos!
Eco kills racked up all the way.
Fuck!
He loves a good few eco kills on this map, doesn't he? That gets him to 20. 20 kills, 7 deaths. And I think Boostio's got reason to be annoyed about that because he's now overtaking him on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Right, he just looks so clean in these kind of spots, doesn't he? Knows exactly how he wants to play with the outlaw and the knives. 100 Thieves pull another strat out of the playbook by the look of things to try to completely boom 2G's defense. 3 people walking down mid on a fast timing without popping the Vital.
Well,
Already popped dash.
That one should be forcing a reaction from 2G. Definitely there's some level of uncertainty. Meanwhile, through B main as well, LZ has got to be that playmaker. Wingman to clear.
Well, that
Rebounds,
sucks,
now they
man.
know.
That really sucks, man.
Snake bite forced out.
Boostio's kind of through here, though. PXS has got to keep an eye on this. Bullet goes through the eye.
And he's on one. And LZ feeling like he has to step up, maybe risk to be taken to see if he can.
I knew he was going to jump.
All the way, but he is hard committed into this spot.
You always get one from Asana, but I thought the ropes clutch earlier.
No! Enough is enough, man.
That's disgraceful.
No. Just stop.
Thieves, man. It's just...
Oh my god. Wrap this shit up.
Silly with it.
It's over.
You make a frag movie in the past few years of shots like that just from Asana.
Plan, no denial, Askia wanted to step up, potentially the posture, and wrapping all the way behind. Look at it.
Boostio is fucking
Full awareness from
literally the
Boostio now.
best player
He's
in the world.
relentless. He's unleashed. He's on a bit of a heater. You can tell how eager he is to try
Yeah,
and
you
take
too,
this
fuck
fight,
it. Yeah,
jumps
you too,
running
man.
away.
He's trying to get a
He's
kill like Asana
trying
did.
to. He's trying for it.
Swing him, pussy!
Running away here. There's a window. Hello, you got to be aware of that one there. Boostio eventually is.
Dude, you just pissed me off, bro.
No choice now but to scurry
These guys give us
away,
fake
save
fucking
it for a
hope.
rainy
Hate
day.
watchers balding
It's only
everywhere.
rainy days, to be honest, for 2G.
They're pouring out there. They cannot figure out a way of stopping what 100 Thieves are doing, and it's so different to the previous time we saw them on the attack side. It is so mid-focused. Boostio's doing so much stuff with double lurk on the pistol, 2 through mid on the bonus, 3 through mid this round, and he breaks the turret, allows himself to get inserted in the kitchen, and then he's a menace. And what is PXS doing even if he doesn't die here? He's just letting his team know, oh yeah, guys, we lost the whole of the middle of the map, by the way. There needs to be a reaction somewhere else.
What the fuck?
But 2G today looking a little too slow, not quite on the same level of 100 Thieves. 12-6. 6 chances to close things out.
Early payout, pay him
With a
out, pay him out,
2-0
pay him out, pay him out, pay him
throws
out,
100
pay him
Thieves
out.
into playoffs.
It's over. 2G can't do shit right.
Inclination as well to 6 chances. Might not even be needed for 100 Thieves at this point. Pit's going to be used here. This is preemptive off the bit of sound cues and a deep drone at that. Clears out most of the way through B main, but that pit it's going to be pushed back entirely here. Locked down. Nothing to push this one away here.
He barely killed the
In the
wingman.
midst of all of that. So you do have to respect it. Integrity of it all going to be dropping, and Pit
made
stays
the
up, I
ult.
believe. Not quite going down into the time, so 2G can use that to
What?
play way back in, but Asna is way ahead of the curve here. Now the Armageddon Lay it down, roll out the red carpet. 2G trying to make the most of it. Up from the high ground though, there's a Hunter's Fury supplemented perfectly. And 13-6 is the finish to the 100 Thieves.
Boostio's him. I take back everything, bro.
To lock their placement in the top 4.
After the first half of Ascent, everything looked amazing from 100 Thieves.
I think that's playoff secured for 100 Thieves, right?
Completely running the game.
I think so, yeah.
And their performance on Icebox, they fixed up their defense. They had superb rounds at being able to shut down what 2G were going for. And then that attack side calling from Boostio, I love that. I mean, the crafted setups that Zix had given him to open up the half, and then the adaptations and the mid pressure was all beautiful. Yeah. Boostio finishes with 300 ACS after being pretty much top of the scoreboard on Ascent as well, from what I can remember. It's a revival tour. You remember this guy pieing almost every game in kickoff?
Now, people were suspecting he needed to shave his head again and dye it.
No.
Return in form, not quite.
New Boostio.
Yeah.
He's playing so well.
New Boostio, old Boostio. He is playing well.
Kind of like a return back to old Boostio, though. He really looks like he's on the same form he was in 2023.
2-0 is a beautiful finish here for an 100 Thieves squad where been looking for success, to be honest. Start of this year, we all know, just how upset I think the fan base was. Yeah. Trying to get this roster in terms of expectations that are laid onto these players' shoulders.
And today,
Left about to get fucked. Retweet.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier on. A lot of the games this week look like they have a very heavy favorite on paper.
Yeah.
But in reality, we saw that Ascent was winnable for 2G. There was a world where this goes
if Leviathan beat G2, well, there's no world they do it. But I just need Rossi on the desk for like 30 minutes. He'll legit talk shit to everyone. If they beat G2, no joke, he'll talk shit to every single person in the scene. I'm not kidding you. Aspas, Baker, no one is safe if he beats G2.
They could set their sights forwards a little bit more.
Everyone is gonna. Don't show that again, please.
A little bit into
everyone's gonna cash these hands.
Some good looks from 100 Thieves. And some funny moments overall game.
Yeah.
Just in terms of Asada, man. This guy just gets away with murder all the
That was him after beating Furia. Imagine him after beating G2. Think about it, dude.
He cares, frankly. Still go for those. And the 1v1 on the ropes will live in my mind for quite a while. But yeah, they're looking pretty good here. Yeah. I mean, a win over 2G. They've lost to Sentinels, obviously, but they have a match upcoming against Crew that'll be really important. So,
and that's going to be a big test.
Yeah.
In terms of stuff to play for, maybe not quite. I mean, Crew are pretty much a lock at this point.
There are chances of getting that top seed in the group, though, and that does make all the difference.
All the difference in the world as well. For now, though, we're going to send it down to Dry. She's down on the stage for that Verizon post-match interview with Boostio.
Oh, fuck, it's Boostio.
Check it out.
Thank you so much, guys. Can we hear for Boostio as 100 Thieves make it to playoffs? Boostio, congratulations on this win. Congratulations on making it to playoffs. My first question here is, I want to talk about the growth that the team has had. Tell me about what happened from that week 1 to 2, 3, and now 4 to get this win. Not only as a team, but for yourself. You were insane today.
Yeah, for sure I played very well today, and I've been playing like shit the last like 2 or 3 months. So thank God I had a good performance finally. But I mean, as a team, I think it just takes time when you add a new player, and even though we only added in Xander, it still changes a lot of how we like communicate and like what types of fights we take. And I think slowly we're getting there, like our micro fights and our listening is getting a lot better. And yeah, we're feeling really good for playoffs. So.
And I like that you mentioned Xander too, because you were getting revenge for him after that grand final that they played in Ascension where Xander, he did not win against TG. So what was the preparation like coming into today? And was Xander providing any info of 2G like to play this way or any patterns that he recognized?
Yeah, I won't say like what info he gave, but Xander definitely gave a lot of info because he played against them, in Ascension last year. So it was very good to have Xander for this match. But yeah, it was pretty easy, I'm going to be honest. But
how fucking dare he?
And now talking about something that Six said during the coach interview is that he was really confident in your calling on the attacking side of Ascent. So can you tell us what makes you such a good IGL on the attacking side of any maps particularly?
It's a good question. I'm going to be honest, a lot of it is instincts. I think I'm not like super analytical or anything. I literally just stare at the minimap and just whatever my brain tells me I say. It's not really analytical, to be honest.
Okay. And then my last question
go with the flow.
Here. You're already made it to playoffs, but that last match of the group stage is going to be against Crew, a team that eliminated you from Champions contention last year. So you're trying to get that revenge. Do you have a message for them?
A message for them? I love you, Kesnet, but we will destroy you guys, 100%. And this is the match I'm most excited for because, like you said, they eliminated us from champs. So I think it's going to be super fun. Like, I'm so excited for it.
I'm so excited
Me
as
too.
well. Thank you so much,
No problem.
Bustio. This is everything that we have for the post-match interview. We're going to send
Bye,
you to a break,
guys.
and we'll be right back with Lev and G2.
God damn, bro. God damn, bro. W glow up for Kermit. All right, I'm gonna start banning people. You guys need to have some fucking respect for the players, dude. They fucking go out there, play their fucking hearts out, and you're gonna sit here and say fucking Kermit? Like, bro, the guy's been fucking putting in work in and out of the server. You need to show some fucking respect, dude. Okay? Just sitting behind your fucking keyboard or your monitor and typing, like, we get it, bro. You're untouchable from home. Pull up to the fucking land, dude.
I'm Steve.
Hold on, what the fuck is this? Select two objects that are the same shape. What? Am I fucking stupid?
Ever since I was a kid, I'm Steve. If I was you, I'd flint and steel. The nether ender pearl. Chicken jockey. The nether ender pearl. Chicken jockey.
What the fuck? Oh my god. If Tarek was a has to be racist. They're telling me Tarek has potential to come in close to speed if he shows his personality instead of playing Valorant. Tarek keeps telling me he's interested.
Speed is a perfect example. Speed has what came up playing NBA and then started.
Bro, I'm not Speed, brother. It's a break.
Ask Tarek first, and then I'll ask Foolish.
Okay. To be the third. I can't wait for him to say, "Yeah, I've got VCT that day, and I didn't even tell him a day yet."
That's been my go-to excuse lately. If someone asks me to do something, I have VCT that day.
So true. Actually.
Hey, man. He's gonna give me a vague answer like how he always does. He's gonna be like, yeah.
No, wait. There's
don't
no way he's
don't say for
allowed.
sure. I'm not gonna say for sure that I'll do it, but like put me down as like a maybe, like probably, like I could, but I'm not too sure yet. And then the time will pass, and then the day will come, and he'll be like, yeah, actually, I got VCT.
He sold his soul to Valorant. There's no way he's gonna be able to.
My comfort zone. It's my comfort zone. I got anxiety. What do you want from me? You know?
And Swamp.
It's been 4 years. April 7th, 2021. The best thing that could have ever happened to me. Me whiffing, causing myself to go into retirement.
On the B side.
We watched the full clip. We haven't seen it in a while. It's not even a whiff. If most people, if you actually know the lore of the story, there's a lot of lore to the story. Ah, we won't watch it. It's fine. Then City never sleeps. What the fuck is this? The Science Olympics? Fucking nerds? Bro, watch the fucking screen. See what information we can get out of this 1 8-second clip. What is this program right here? What are these programs down here? Does anyone know these programs? Also, caught. He's watching on mute. Fucking fake motherfuckers watching on mute. We see it, bro. You're only watching the visuals. You're not a real one. Also, is this visual code? He's a fucking programmer. CS major, just like me. One day, bro. Working. Gym workout V3. Don't ever distract me, little conca. I'm kidding. You actually inspired me. 3.3 miles in 25 minutes? Wait, that's fast as fuck if that's true. He's lying for sure. I have to check that. 5.3 km to miles. Wait, what? That's actually fast. That's like 8 minutes a mile. You skinny fuck. Eat a fucking burger. It's an elliptical. Oh, not a treadmill. I didn't see that.
My whole body see-through, transportation handmade.
8 minutes a mile is fast. What's the average person running a mile in? Average person runs a mile in probably 12 minutes. Okay. Americas are slower. Average person runs a mile. Average person can't run a mile. Maybe in EU. In America? Oh, you bet your ass I'm running that mile. Now, okay, what's actually like what would you say is a fast speed for a mile? Like not incredible. Like 8 minutes a mile is pretty fast, no? Anything under 7? Under 7. I'm not gonna lie. I ran a couple miles the other day. I was doing like 10 and a half, but I think I can go faster. I wasn't trying that hard. I'm not even coping. Right now, when I run, I try to go for longer instead of faster. What are we talking about again? All right, let's just...
Better yet?
Yeah.
Question mark. They beat Furia. They were very happy about it. So maybe we're on the upswing.
Hey, one win, you take those wins. You take those wins. Now, let's go ahead and hear from someone who does know this G2 lineup very, very well. Here's Tex.
Multi-mile is different. Average mile, yeah, I agree.
Yes,
Multi-mile is
Tex
different.
from Leviathan. And Tex, I want to ask you, the score
I hope we
between
talk
you
shit.
and
I hope we
G2
talk
is
shit.
3-3
I hope we
from
talk
last
shit.
year. And Ito said that you guys still have their number from last year after winning the grand final of stage 2 and also winning against them during champions. Do you think the stream, what is it going to take to win against them again today?
We're going to need to play really well as a team and really well individually. We kind of really understand how they play, so it's really just executing our game plan, not making mistakes.
Brother is PR trained, eh? Brother's PR trained, bro. I bring him in the Discord call. He's calling everyone a bunch of bitches. Then we bring him in the interview.
Have to worry about making playoffs here because they're already locked in. They're good to go. All right, but they have all.
How would the... I mean, I guess like hard. I mean, what can you really say? What's my max bench? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think I weigh currently 175, 176, and I bench press today, and I did 205 for 4. So I'm a weak bitch, but I'll be stronger soon. I used to do 215. How do you know that?
When you
I'll be back.
World champion to your ranks.
I'll be back.
Whatever Tex just said in that interview, we have to execute our game plan. Have great
Ray said bye.
Something else.
Wait, what?
That's G2 doing that in their sleep. Yeah. They don't even have to think about that at this point. They are so,
I'm gonna go pee.
So well drilled compared to the rest of the field and, frankly, the rest of the globe as well. They still look like they are primed and ready to win an international trophy.
It's just so sick because such a established team as G2, often you get players to play in their system. How many times do we call IC a system duelist? It was just ridiculous.
Yeah,
but Jorg comes in, and it's not that they make Jorg play their way. Jorg doesn't force them to play his way. They kind of meet in the middle and create a completely new G2, kind of molding around what Jorg is able to provide while still having that amazing fundamental, the foundation, which is awesome to see, and it's rare too.
Well, and it's also because it's like Giacomo, he doesn't just have this skill, but he also, kind of, we're laughing, but he also brings a lot of just comfort for the team as well. You see it when he's out there in the server. You know, there's a dude a little bit like that.
He's getting wide out there, you know?
He's got that.
He's the Whippo gif, you know?
But he really does fit this team, and it's wild to see him fit like a glove the way that he has.
And looking at the old G2, the slow, systematic G2 that jumps off Abyss in round 2 and makes Lothar burst a blood vessel, you never have thought he would have fit into this team. It looks like completely different pieces of a different puzzle.
I mean, look, the clips that we're seeing on the screen right now from what he did against NRG,
good God,
disgusting, vile. 400
getting a snack rear back.
And he's just like cheering.
For jumping 460. Go Valorant!
Oh, wow.
That was one of the most dominant individual series we will see all year. And it already happened. It's tough to top that one.
300 damage around. Sorry.
That is just,
I mean, 27 for 7 on Lotus, something
it just starts off and everyone just gets instant damage applied. I mean, it's given to Giacomo. Might as well just get it over
global
with.
effect like a raid boss, you know?
Exactly. Pops a button.
Everyone's going to debuff. Your healers are cleansing the debuff. As soon as
The
you walk in
Giacomo
room.
buff, you know? I mean, the kid is insane, man. An absolute talent. And look, on the other side, Leviathan, they're going to have a lot to deal with Giacomo. And most importantly, King is going to have a lot to deal with in that duelist role because he's coming into this one, former IGL of the team, but now you're going to have to deal with the monster, with the dog, with Jog himself, and this is going to be a tall task.
Omega Baby Babe versus the Jorg. That's a tough ask, man.
His Waylay was looking, pretty good in this debut map here against Furia. His offing was pretty all right, but honestly, he's been playing mostly Yoru, and if you go and look at the statistics of his Yoru against the field, not the best. Waylay, a bit better. In fact, when I say not the best, in terms of average damage per round of the 12 players that have played Yoru in Stage 1.
Like 7th, right?
He's at number 10.
Oh.
Yeah. So, which is pretty tough. Obviously, the team has been struggling overall, so you're not just looking at that as a pure indictment of him. If
He's
you're
a good
losing
snacker,
maps in convincing fashion, you're not going to be able to put up great numbers. So, I'll shoot him some bail there. But still, that's not what you expect from King whatsoever.
Yeah.
He has been one of the most consistent,
I don't know. I got him off Amazon.
top echelon players that we've had in Americas since he debuted with Lev years ago.
Yeah, this team is like Valorant's Blue Lock, where they get a bunch of strikers and try and make a soccer team.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of duelists, and then they could try and find someone to sort of lead the way. I think that a lot of what has worked for these guys has been working around King. I actually think like a lot of their util, their stall gameplay, they do like to play a slow.
I got two of them. I got two of them.
But seeing King take over a game and come into his own like that, he did that far more when he was playing Viper in the past on this team. So
calm down, bro. They're yours.
Fits into
You
this
guys say that every
because
time I
Rossi said they've tried everything. We tried everything. Every permutation
how
you
many
could
are in the
imagine,
pack total?
we've tried. And
know.
this is the best one for them, apparently.
Yeah, and we will,
Probably like
of course,
15, maybe
speak
10,
more about Rossi in
12.
a little bit here. But for now, though, I actually do want to get some words from Leaf and see what he has, his thoughts regarding the competition, how things are looking as we get ready for this matchup today. What's going on, Dryad?
I'm here with Leaf
Look at
ahead
Leaf.
of their match against Lev. And Leaf,
He looks faded.
so far you're undefeated and you also made it to playoffs. Do you think Lev are any threat at all for your flawless run?
I don't think so. I think every team we treat equally. I don't think they're more of a threat than anybody else. Everybody kind of wants to beat us. We haven't been beaten in Americas this year so far, and I think it's just going to be another game.
And I agree with that. So luck today.
I do believe those words.
Like he's just come out of the plastic wrap on the shelf with every other
I got a haircut, yeah. You guys like it or not?
Johnny's got a new toy. No, but honestly, nothing that he said there was a lie because, look, they are like that. They don't focus on anyone else because they don't have to. They are the tastemakers. They are the standard bearers of the overall league right now and crew alongside them. But, I mean, their team made out to a Masters, runner-up.
I mean, and the coaching staff is also bonkers, right?
Yeah.
They recently added Anders, who is a strategic coach.
Too long on the top.
And is
Not
the
gonna
kind of
lie.
guy that you would bring in when a
He's a new
map comes
barber.
into Valorant, and you
Not my
need to
barber.
have a just add water.
He didn't even ask me
game
about the
plan for
top.
Some of these maps, like Abyss, I know he worked a lot
He
on that.
just gave me a
Josh is
fade
an
and fixed my
incredible coach
beard.
as well, and then you got
Trimmed my
Valorant, who's a
beard.
coach's dream to have. So yeah,
And he
this
said,
team
"All right, you're
is
good."
unflappable.
I said, "All right."
They probably don't think too much about Leviathan. They probably have to set their sights further up the mountain.
Absolutely. At that, we're talking about a G2 that have already made playoffs. Lev, though, they're trying to turn things around after starting very slow, bringing in Rossi. This is basically a must-win game at this point for
we were
them.
low on time, that's why.
Damn near. Of course, there are
How
technicalities.
much was the cut? I don't
want
to say, bro.
You know, if certain,
I can't talk about haircut prices anymore.
Permutations of things occur, they can make
You
playoffs.
give yourself a better
They
position.
can slip laxatives into Oxy Smoothie next game, you know? Whatever it takes.
They need wins, and they need them bad. And listen, they seemed very excited that they got that first win, finally broke through that psychological glass ceiling, and they beat Furia. Of course, Furia, they're one of the lower tier teams. G2 are a little bit better than
It's more than
Furia
100 you got robbed.
so far.
No, you can't leave your house for less than $100 in LA.
Even still, that could be, you know, enough of a confidence boost where we're not going to see them in that form that we
That's why I
witnessed
stay home.
there up against C9, for example, just getting trounced.
Yeah, and you know, but one individual who my eyes always get drawn to, as always, it's Demon One, right? Because this is a guy who came into this with so much pressure on his back, but now has gone to a different role. But it does feel as if, and it's kind of like what
Never
we saw
paid more
with
than
Tens
$15 for
when
my
he made
haircut.
that
They wouldn't
switch
spit in
over
your
to
face for
controller.
$15.
Kind of a different vibe. He's finding that,
That's all I'm
that
gonna
new
say.
confidence again.
You know what else? It feels like watching like the human evolution as like they become upright and start walking. Like you start as a duelist and you just
then you make your way
freaking
to a
out,
controller.
and then you just stand upright. But again, this guy like.
Then you end up a co-streamer right at the end.
Wait, what?
What comes after that? I wonder. I have to find out. But again, like bottling that EG Lightning, I think is something that will never happen again. Even Boostio was like, I don't know how we created this like a moment where we were the best in the world. Yeah. And then recreated.
I feel like the happier Demon One gets, the worse he plays, bro. When he was the best player in the world, he was frowning in all his pictures. Now look at him, smiling ear to ear, 12 kills a map.
Stalls out, buys time. He's been a really good role player on this team.
We need him depressed and shooting back.
Happy enough sort of in that shell. I honestly think that what we see from him, it's kind of hard to evaluate controller players sometimes.
Yeah. Motherfucker's too happy.
When a controller player frags out, especially if they're an IGL, like let's use LZ for
Look at him putting hearts and shit in his tweet, bro. Demon One I know just tweets 2-0 versus Furia. What is the sob story after?
Playmaker.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Brother,
There's a lot.
you are
there's a lot
Demon
that
fucking One, dog.
can bring for this squad. Do you feel like coming into this, and we could see the talent predictions here in a sec, just kind of get an idea. I know that everyone went.
He's gotten soft on us, dude. Bro has emotion and shit now.
He couldn't.
That's how you know it's bad, folks. If even Riv won't predict Leviathan.
But the reason why I bring this up, so much confidence here, but if you're Leviathan in this situation, Wyatt, right? You're playing a little bit with house money here, right? You guys
Let the man be happy.
No expectations.
I don't think they feel that way. I think they like Rossi's attitude implies that they still think that they belong in playoffs.
For sure.
So it's kind of tough because you want this game to be one where you could just like do well.
Was 2G versus 100 these close? It was actually really close.
Like, it's too late
Map
to
1.
just get a good game out of you.
The caliber of players.
Map 1 was a
demands
banger.
bigger in playoffs as well. Obviously, these are all guys that make deep runs and win at champs, right?
Legacies are at stake.
Yeah, so it implies that they should be there without question. But that being said, I mean, look, when we're looking at the predictions, thinking about this game,
who won? Bro, I'm not fucking VLR. Go figure out who won on your own time, brother.
What do we fix? What do we fix?
You're trying to focus up here.
Versus the most figured out team that
My bad.
has a
100D's
clear
run.
identity and is in their prime.
It's great.
You can't predict against G2
It's great to
right
test
now.
yourself, but they need to win for playoffs. They've got to be thinking about it.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one for Leviathan. For G2, it's just a Friday. Let's go ahead and get ready for this one. Send it over to the stage.
Bro, I was kidding. It wasn't that serious.
And let's bring them out to the stage, folks. Put your hands together for
Damn.
G2 Esports.
Now that's aura. Now that's aura.
These guys kind of have it all. They have that firepower that we constantly moaned that they didn't have last year, right? Almost like slighting Icy every time we talked about him. And he's obviously looked great in his own right here, but Jorg is a right fit
for real.
this team. They've got a massive brain in Valorant. They've got a clutch king in Professor P. Leaf just is always on the lurk and dominating.
One of the goats.
It's an embarrassment of riches.
And you have Trent playing the best Valorant he's played since the Guards' debut with this team. I think he's exceeded the level he was at then, sort of in relation to the rest of the scene. His play this year has been the best we've seen, certainly in VCT.
Well, let's go ahead, bring out their opponent. It's Leviathan.
And these homies have just walked into the Rancor pit, and there's probably 5 of them instead of just the one. This is them being dragged out into the arena and expected to show what.
Look at Demon One, he's so happy.
I hope They had some great
I hate
takeaways
this,
from
bro.
last week, and they've been able to build on them with a great week of scrims because they're going up against a Team Golden Boy that does not make mistakes. They just don't do it at this level.
I might be coping to the maximum, but I feel, how can you not look at this roster? The 5 players walking to the PCs right now.
You got a girl, dude.
That one day, it's just going to click, and they're going to wake up and be a lethal team. The quality is insane among the 5 players. It's a matter of figuring it out as a unit. They haven't done it yet. Will it be against G2? It's a damn tough ask, but even if they could keep it close today, I think that would be a great step in the right direction.
You know what? I will agree with you on that one, right? A close matchup, I think, shows that Leviathan certainly moving in the right direction. Here's your series layout: Lotus, Fracture, and Necessary Haven.
And now what hasn't been close for any team in this year when playing against G2 is Lotus. They are 8-0 on the
that
map,
old chestnut.
and they get to play it again. And I struggle to believe they will be leaving today 8-1 on the map. I think they will be 9-0.
Yeah.
So that is a tough opener.
What is it about the Lotus that's so good from G2 though?
Their attack sides, the way that they play around Jaw on that map is just so sick. I mean,
it's. I want to throw back to Jaw getting literally
Let's see him.
funded in a 1v1 on the side, winning the 1v1 and clutching the round out. That aside, this team doesn't give you anything for free on Lotus. And it's when you're on the attack side against G2, you're probing, you're prodding, you're trying to put them out of position, or you're trying to cheat some map control. G2 will not allow this, right? They are ironclad and they tend to lock you down. So, you know, can we see some explosiveness from King? Can he open these sites up? Is the backup going to be there? Quite often we're seeing a lot of these Teho comps used here.
What's the prediction?
There's a lot of moving parts, right? There's a lot going on. Can we see that util layered adequately to get them there? Remember, Com was a standout player last time for Leviathan. There's also Fracture in the series, which is a map I love watching Com on, even though times have changed a lot. So he's someone I'm looking at. Can he continue that level that he showed us?
Certainly. And going up in the IGL battle against Valen.
Any left fans? Any left fans?
This is a great
guys?
for IGLs, especially on attack, and especially.
Just kidding, guys. This G2 guaranteed win here. Free points.
Where he can exploit
free points. Vote
A side of
G2.
the map, try and get a lot of free space that
he
just
moves around so much over
allows
there.
Valen to make the right read.
Personally, I throw 5K on Lev, and I play the odds.
XQC versus Magnus
There's no point of betting G2 unless you got hella money. And we're broke.
That is one hell of a comparison, and I love that one. Yeah, so here you go. As far as composition goes, you can see Leaf right on that Viper again, right? That he's been so good on. Teho Breach.
Get your money in.
The Jogamo Yoru.
Relax, you're ruining my odds.
Absolutely beautiful. But
any left fans? Any left fans?
What? I thought you tried everything.
We are back.
Demon One's back on Duelist.
I mean, last time they played this map,
these guys have no idea what to do.
Seen them with this iteration of Velocity.
We just had a whole segment about Demon One being a controller.
Let's see the odds now. Let's see the odds now. Let's see if they go up or down.
Well, let's see how this one shakes out. Head into map number 1, sending it over to your casters. You got
odds are fucked. Now bet G2. It's free points for G2, guys. Trust me.
And Vansili.
I love when I'm 2% after they saw Demon 1 on Duelist.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. We're ready to get into the second series of the day to see if Leviathan can overpower
Demon 1 got him like 3-4%.
Americas right now. G2 is ready. They're hot on each game. Let's see if they can get taken down today.
And we're actually starting things off on Lotus, where Wyatt mentioned it. 8-0 so far this year for G2 on this map. So if they have to dethrone
Gamba's
G2
closing
on this map,
soon.
they're coming out at least
Get in
with a brand new
there.
composition. You have now Neon coming out.
Keep it at 70-30, guys. Come on.
Back on the Demon 1's roll. And
guys, keep it at 70-30. Come on.
2022. This is 881 days since we've seen him play a Neon. And now
Not gonna lie, this is 3 points for everyone who bet
marks,
G2.
right?
I'm not gonna lie, this 30% is skewed as fuck.
King's back at least on a controller. So
Mr. Videria, 3 points for you, buddy.
Absolutely.
And RAR clears, get fucked.
The death said, you know, the things that Leviathan were saying in their arrival interview are those things that just happened for G2. So it is going to take quite a bit. It is going to take a lot from Leviathan, as we are now in the eyes of Demon 1. And he's got a little bit of work to do on the right side of the map as the team's pushing mid.
Yeah, so far Leviathan also, not only do we have a Neon for Lev, but they're also playing.
Look, am I gonna watch the Minecraft movie?
Breach, which they
am I gonna watch it? No comment.
Didn't really pull out here on kickoff. They were playing the double controller with a raised KJ, so
I don't have a full tracksuit
in the works from the coach
in preparation of watching it.
Lossy, currently back on the roll of the IGL and calling right now the push from Demon 1. So this wall taken advantage of from the defensive side that was thrown up here by Leaf, and he's trying to find an opening on his right side.
Oh, he's Demon 1 again. How
Wait, what?
Of him pushing forward. Hardly any util from the team over his shoulder, and he's already making the plays. They enter Max? Looks like it's going to be a pretty easy plant here as G2 set up for the retake.
And G2 might be a little bit slow here to try to work back. You don't have the salvos, you don't have a fault line, but there is contact towards the pit.
He's still going, still pushing. Here comes Mateo. Salvo though to trade that kill out as Calm does get the anchor kill. A little bit of a hold, lurk by Tex. He's going to be able to come in late on the site if the team can't do it, but King already says crown me as they go another one on this, and it's now G2 just lurking around, trying to find these last hits if they can even get the defuse down.
I mean, they're in perfect positions now for Lev to win this round.
Oh, they're just absolutely every
bro.
Angle for
It's like
right
nah.
now.
It's a gold lobby. It's a gold lobby.
Woodwork, and they take the pistol round here on Lotus.
That's definitely the start that you want here on the side of Leviathan. Just mentioning once again, reiterating 8-0 for G2 on this map. And it's a pistol round that was actually very well executed on the side of Leviathan.
If Leviathan beat G2 and also break their Lotus win streak, no one is safe if Rossi goes on the desk. And I mean no one.
Just behind the
literally no one is safe.
Them on the first blood, and also weakens up the A side. And now Leviathan with this composition will continue to work towards the A site at least to start. We've seen at least from Cloud9 here during our
not a single person is
last
safe.
Week or 2 weeks ago with this neon wall that's really good to push up towards the tree. Maybe that's something here that Demon One will be practicing with the rest.
Yeah. And having a lurker like that, having somebody.
Am I shaving my beard if Lev win this series?
Would have seen was King.
Nah, don't make me do that, bro. It's just weird.
Much more playing to help the team.
There's no point, bro.
Flashes, so I'm
just gonna look like a fucking like. I'm just gonna look like fucking strange.
See how fast they can adapt. Just second round though, as they are looking to get a baby door trap.
What else options do I have apart from going bald?
It's very smart by Leviathan.
You already look strange?
It stayed very quiet from the very beginning. I thought there was a tech pause or something because nobody was making any noise. So they're just waiting for the first contact to come through, realizing that it's way too quiet towards B and A site. So you just rescale. When you think you're at the minute mark, there's players pushing forward. They at least turn out every stone towards that C site with the flashes. It's opened up. The best thing you can do for G2 right now is this triple flank. Coming out
all right, fine. Fine. I'll do the beard. If Lev beat G2, I'll shave my beard. I'll go full fucking naked face. I just want to make it clear I really don't want to do this, but I'm only going to do it so there's something that I actually care about on the line.
Have much protection after the first 2 shots here, so they may
Lev win the series, not the map. The series. Then I'll shave my beard. But if G2 win the series, all you sons of bitches got a prime sub.
Yep.
And you know who the fuck you are, bro. Been holding that shit for a while.
Towards the C side. Works out for Lev. Chaos.
Deal?
No, of course, Jog. Flashed up, stunned up, still getting some kills. As Demon One on the other end of the map is going to be able to get another kill.
No deal?
Jog does go down to the spike as a second round is picked up by Lev. Great damage, though, by G2.
Superb damage actually pulled up by G2. They never wanted to show themselves, and they weren't in a position to die to spike. They really just wanted to make it.
I'd rather not give you my money. It's not your money, bro. It's straight out of Jeff Bozo's pockets. It's free, dog.
A couple of Leviathan members pushed out towards that C side on the top of the spawn. But man,
all right, deal, dude. It's locked in and loaded. It's locked in and loaded.
50 HP. So they're looking pretty good here for their gun round for G2 against a mediocre bonus from Leviathan. Yeah. They still invested heavily, though, into this one with 3 Vandals or 3 rifles with the half shields. So they have to be.
No, but if G2 actually loses here, on the
bonus. And it starts off well. They're pushing Leaf away with a dink through the wall. DB1 already takes full control of this mound.
Getting that Tay-Hold online and still controlling the right side of the map.
This is bonus, right? Yeah.
Position for Jogamo to allow the extremities to play.
If Lev win the series, I'll tier 3 sub. Bro, we don't.
But yeah,
tier 3 sub, bro. What are you paying $25 a month for? I'm barely even here, dog. Let's think about it. Let's just use a prime sub and keep it simple.
Because they have Demon 1 to then explode onto the site.
And it's a huge
tier 3 sub is fucking ludicrous. Think about it.
And at the same time, tapping on the door to try to force rotates over. But look at it instead. They're pulling away from the A side to continue to stack towards C.
There goes their stun.
Leaf also makes it very difficult for Leviathan now to execute towards the C side, especially after dropping Rock.
What?
Oh, always on point. Cannot be taken off. Jogamo gets a kill there as King is able to trade back and then activate in towards C. There was a lot of areas that Demon 1 can't stand.
What is Demon 1 doing? What the fuck is what is brother doing in the bomb site?
On the door open. And now it's a scramble for the last 2 members of Lev to figure out what they can guard and where they can plant. Slowly pushing.
You're out of where?
You
got one.
Around the corner, but 3 is going to be a crowd, and it's
Calm 1 versus 3.
for Demon 1 to
He's
take
still.
down. Calm has to create 3 1v1s here, and it's going to be so tough with all the penetration.
Nah, I will be mad. I will be mad.
And Valen's going to get that kill.
Would piss me off right there. I'm not going to lie. I would actually be mad.
That
jump?
Bonus round goes for G2.
Nah.
Again, very nice from G2. When the door opens up, nobody's sounding in alarms or stressing out to over-rotate towards the A site. Instead, they actually pushed Giacomo outside of front B. They
what the fuck's
kept
happening?
towards that C site, and they played weak side A so they could play the retake because they have such a good composition to flood back into these sites. So making sure here that they're playing the long game within these rounds for G2.
Bang, bang.
Very comfortable in the retake scenarios as well. And they didn't even need to play the biggest retakes because they already dropped 2 players in the process as Leviathan was so scrambled.
Wait, Demon 1's heating up though. It's actually promising.
It didn't necessarily look like he would have finished towards the C site if Leaf was not able to get a pick in the first place. But now Leviathan, you see that they could still afford another buy. Rifles for another time. The tail still available.
We're in 2 is not heating up.
This time is still towards C, so no more of the contact.
Yes, it is, bro.
The
Trust
side.
me.
The lurk is still onto Tex on that side. And there it is. But look at this exploration that continues on this front B side.
Is the volume low? I'm turning it up.
Always. For the side of Leviathan, G2 could actually start getting these forward angles and faster rotations. It's one of the things you'll always see about G2, especially Giacomo on that Yoru, is that he's active. That gate crash is going to be him peeking for safety or getting a kill and teleporting to the other site. Inside of C now, as the Armageddon and the whole kit and caboodle are here used.
That tail felt wasted,
Looks to get
but
even more info. Yeah, they're not stopping. They got to the site so early. They need to take a little bit more ground. They're going to play this one safe and know they aren't just going to get full flanked.
Counter paranoia was good though, so now everybody's turtle inside the site for Leviathan.
Demon!
Crossfires have to be good.
Oh, so much util coming in. Clean shots can't be had. It's all has to be done through this util right now. Spams through the smoke to start us off. Calm getting a few kills down the ramp to water. As Rossi is in the back of the site, trying to avoid Armageddon.
What?
1v2 and Trent
What the fuck?
finds him over the wall. G2 pick up another one in the chaotic round.
He killed him so easily.
Leviathan, the way that they played in forward position inside of that C site when they were funneled back by what was being thrown by G2 on the retake, with the neon wall coming up to counteract and not allow G2 to move so quickly within the C site.
I haven't played this game in months. What does the new character do? Which new character? Tejo?
But towards the end, there too much util coming out from G2. The flood continued to be very good on the side of the defense.
Dude, brother, you need to watch YouTube. I can't sit here. I have millions of people watching me. I'm going to sit here and explain to you, one individual that hasn't seen the new agent, how they are used and played. We have millions of people watching me. You want me to sit here and explain to you one person? Yes, millions, bro. I'm live on a Zubu.
I feel like this is
it might be bots, but they still have fucking feelings.
Jog out, open the door, TP back. They didn't open the door this time, though. They ran that round 7 in a row against NRG before they finally lost one. They are playing the if it's not broke, don't fix it strategy a lot of the times for G2. And now, mid-controlled here for Tex, just trolling about.
Yo, what's with this newfound ego? That Indian dude.
How bad, dog? I've been doing orb focus, so it might be that.
What a username.
The drone's going to be up here potentially at that minute mark from Calm to clear out towards that mound. And now that it's open, try to get the control. The orb
isn't explaining your job, though. My job is not to. No.
And I like the orb at least because if it comes down to a tap,
I'm not here to explain to you fucking noobs how the game works.
The positioning from Leviathan is actually quite good. You already have
make that fucking clear from day one, dude. Yes, job, bro. You think I'm fucking sitting here fucking diddly daddling? No, I'm fucking in. I don't know what I'm doing actually, but I'm doing it.
Here for Leviathan's side, focusing on the next round.
All right, focus on the game.
The walls coming
up
here
distracting
as well.
me.
They want to try to get this orb too.
How much pressure right now is Leaf going to feel? I think they want the door on this one, but Leaf's going to be ready. They go through the wall, and he gets the damage.
You ulted!
Now it's just Demon 1 left to work that overdrive, as you said. He's got so much to do, so much on his plate here, and he's only going to start seeing more members. Another one goes down, creating the 1v1. Trent's able to pre-fire that one to take the Demon down, and Tex will follow.
It took a bit, but they finally took down Demon 1, doing a great job ever since he popped
out
the
overdrive,
isolating
those little fights. Should I wake him up?
But towards the end, it didn't give a chance here for the last player standing around Demon 1 to go for an instant trade. But it still ends up being a very good bonus round for Leviathan, dropping three players for G2 in the process.
No, but like,
should have hit that corner on the
he's been
left
sleeping
side.
for a while. Like, it would be a good time to wake him up. Probably, he probably needs to stretch.
That nice little double kill.
I mean, I think he's sleeping out. Surely he's sleeping, right? Should I check?
That disappointed for Ichipata, though. This was still pretty nice execution coming out from the side of the attack on the lower buy. Keeping the econ low as much as they can against G2 as they start off with a pit on the C site for Leaf. But so far, it'll be okay for Leviathan. All of them still, once again, focusing on controlling Rubble.
LOL, my clip program clipped the 3K. That is so funny, bro.
From Leviathan, usually you see like the
That's hilarious, dude.
You're being fairly quick on the control towards the A side, but they are actually trying to utilize Texas wall first, and maybe use the neon wall for the last minute execute. But
right,
we haven't had a chance to see that yet.
Right,
A lot of
I
these
gotta,
fights on the A side have been towards
losing
this
my,
line right here, where Demon 1 has
losing my
taken
footing in
control
the
by
match.
the baby door.
Just talking in the chat, dude.
They almost have to fundamentally change the way they play here, right? With King, it was a lot of that teamwork.
Take this.
Demon 1's going to keep going even if you
Demon
don't
1's
give him
7
that
and 4.
util. So whether to be
Come on,
selfless
Nax.
or use that
Come on,
util
Nax.
for yourself here is really what Lev is going back and forth with. And they seem to be managing well now that Demon 1's back on Duelist.
Oh.
They're still giving him room to work by himself for sure. Oh.
What?
Oh, a flick from Tex. Now takes down Jogmo, so he gets a bit of his own medicine. And they're finally hitting B here, Vans.
Yeah, there's that wall to move up there.
Whoa.
Trying to get the safe plant towards this B side.
Wait, leaf over
Potato
peeking.
missiles are going to miss, so
Leaf
should
over
be an open
peeking. He
plant
doesn't
for
do
Leviathan.
that.
Yeah, already on top side heaven though. Trent looking, trying to get some spams through. The Vandal doesn't make it easier since you see all the tracers. Look at all
Pretty
the way
tough.
to the right. You have Rossi hanging out. They have so much coverage here from safety before they get back into a full retake from the attack side if they need to. Smokes go down. Destroying the options that G2 have to get back in this one by also taking out
I might
the
be losing my
members as
beard,
they're
dude.
smothered with utility here from the side of Lev as well.
Oh,
and it's just going to be Valen sitting by himself at Waterfall. And Leviathan doing a really great job of kind of varying up the strats. They run a bit of the same thing, but understand what their mistake was in the previous round.
Still pretty nice though that Valen had a little heads
Early
up
days though, right?
Get that kill onto Demon 1 as they're closing the gap on him, and it looked pretty good for Leviathan to understand that lurk in the flank that was coming through here from Jogimo. Again, we mentioned a few rounds ago because of that. You able to come back and actually push more towards
Demon 1 has
his
reached
position.
1,000
They actually
kills.
did get good control here on a pick, and
Clap.
big congrats now to Demon 1 after that last round, now reaching the plateau of 1,000 kills in the VCT Americas.
So much. I'm so glad he's on a Duelist when he does it too.
True.
It feels,
Would have been a different conversation
feels
for sure.
right. It feels right.
Definitely does
awesome.
feel right with him as a Neon so far on this map, the one Lotus.
Little drone check.
I hope it'll be a confidence boost for him. Dude.
They are not afraid to leave
Someone
Leaf by
said, I
himself.
hope it'll be a confidence boost
Just
for
going
him.
to finish that sentence as well from Jogmo pushing forward again and punish right away towards that B side. So with him being watched by Tex on that previous round, that might change G2's look on how they want to execute and fight back here on the retakes against Leviathan. Because Jaw is usually so good to create openings under the pressure, under the chaos. And for 2 rounds, has been like a push lurk. They might need him in these scenarios now for G2.
Rar clears minus 250k. Point Thor. Point Thor.
More ground gained here. Feels uncomfortable that they don't know what's on the other side of those walls at this point. So looks like they're going for that fake towards A. Still late door open here from Tex, so he'll still be roaming around.
I don't know what they did, but
yeah,
it's a free bomb site.
Nicely played around the map here. They should just be able to waltz in, and they'll know it soon. Get that spike planted.
This time it definitely worked. By tapping
Wow.
over towards that tree side.
Wow.
Just because we have a lower buy from G2, so you just want to make sure you have a lot of players to try to trade out. They've been so good in these moments when they have stinger buys. For the side of the defense. This time around.
Took the fight in the salvos, looking to push himself forward there. The spam, though, just outside, kept him in the salvo longer than he wanted. Beautiful kills, however, and Valen now last alive here as he rotates over. Playing the rotating simulator game on this one is Lev's playing a little bit faster with the sights, taking down G2.
I'm actually slightly
they usually
worried.
have a really nice retake to bring out.
Yeah. I do agree it's been fast on the execute for the side of Leviathan once again into the site. They definitely do want to bring the chaos against G2, and we mentioned funny forward positions. They were snuffed out a little bit earlier on here towards the gun round of G2 in round number 3, but for the rest, they've been fairly slow working that map, and then go for the full explosion and fight back towards these, where G2 would be positioned to try to retake, and they've been doing a good job shutting it down.
Yeah. Let's see what they do here in the next round. Lev showing up now versus
Tio.
G2, and that is going to be a timeout being called here from Josh RT. See if the coaching staff can get some words in to sort this out.
probably has some extra help too in terms of the preparation. You can see him he's sitting alone here in the coach booth. But when it comes down to the preparation that leads into these matches, there's definitely a lot of work that's being done outside of the server with their brand new assistant coach here, Anders.
Out.
They've been praising on the side of G2 in the past last week when they had a very dominant victory against Energy. A lot of the players have been praising the addition of Anders and what him and
hydration
Josh
check
RT bring to the table here to help G2 have some clean games. But so far, it hasn't been as clean.
Posture check
on their best map so far of Lotus. Leviathan came in with good preparation, a brand new composition, and are definitely,
we're live.
Definitely bringing the fight over on G2's end.
It's changed their persona completely, right? With King not being as aggressive, not taking as much space on the Yoru and playing more for the team in rotations, they have to now figure out how to battle against Demon One, a team they have, a player in this squad they have no VOD on now. No.
I went in when you went out, and I cooked.
This duelist, so I think it's a really great change in the mentality that they needed to switch.
And so far, there's a Demon One with sick aim. Because I haven't seen too much util going around to assist him to get these forward spots. He's just in good positions towards the very beginning. Crosshair placement, single kills, double kills, doing his job. As a cracked aimer, a cracked...
At the end of the day, your body is just a mold for your brain to control.
I'm going to try to do that again. He's currently tip of the spear, trying to get an entry towards his front B site.
Look at that, shooting the drone for him. He's just aiming the whole time. Like his focus is headshot level all the time. This is the Demon One we remember. Yeah, he has a lot of support around him for any utility. So they back off of this one. It looks like they will head towards A, but now it's going to be Calm as the insert. Back to the Calm flanks.
Oh, you know this hit's coming towards the A side though. Drone starting in the first place. Now the dimensional drift on the C side. It's weak towards C. They know the hit is towards A, and Valent's there with Paranoid to help.
Oof. Got a little weird for a second, but he's obviously out. They know he's going to pull out another person. Leaf gets the push. Oh, what a great play from him and Jogamo. Still a fight on the right side of the map is held by Valen, and they've pushed up each extremity and shut down Lev on their own side.
30 seconds
Thankfully,
left.
Rolling Thunder still available for Rossi. They could try to explode into the site and leverage once again Demon One, who also has a stun to move forward into the C site.
What the fuck? Team stun.
Trying to get through this util unscathed. A little tough. The damage won't be there, just the stuns.
That's shot planning.
G2 perfectly ready. Oh my gosh, Demon One just spammed down the knowledge of Jogamo. Few seconds. Spike's gonna go down on this one. 2v5. Looking almost impossible here. Jog. More shots towards Texas. He looks to duck his head bound, but he cannot dodge the last shots. Jog with a 3K there on a round where he used Dimensional Drift too, so just stack those points back up. Looking good as G2 tie it up.
Yeah, great delays coming out from G2 with that Armageddon being thrown out here by Trent, but mostly it was around how G2
He's looking down to try
to
hide his head.
Defensive side.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's trying to tuck his head.
For two players. You mentioned that it was being shot out, but Demon One didn't care about that drone at all. He just wanted to go for a straight duel towards the top of that B site if somebody was peeking out. But the drone spotted two players, being him and Rossi.
Yeah. And
then as soon as the Dimensional Drift comes out towards that C site, well, Leaf could move behind it, because they know now players have been falling back towards Leviathan, trying to meet up towards A. And it was just a nice little stuff to push him back towards Leaf.
Eric, you my son. Okay.
Very, very good defensive round here from G2. Leviathan trying to pick up the pace.
Oh my
What the fuck?
He's actually couldn't even get away from his
Bro,
own
he's bouncing off the rockets like marshmallows.
Ooh. Okay, Tex with the Viper up in the backside. All right. Still where they buy guns, looking to keep these pushes out of play. And why not? You just had Rubble pushed up on, Mound pushed up on. So they're looking to get those early kills from the aggression of G2.
It's a big round for the side of Leviathan. 3 ults to work with as well.
Yeah.
So that might be part now higher up on the priorities to use them to entry towards that site.
No.
They have quite a bit of the timing here. G2 actually does not like their positioning on this situation now that they realize how many members are there just in the coattails of Tex. Oh, he can't get away. Jogamo finds him so close to being safe there. But Jog has
it's Jogamo. They have to shoot the clone. They know he might do it.
Using Jogamo to push forward to actually catch one this time around. As I've mentioned, because they have big ults on the side of Leviathan, they might want to stay grouped up here to go for the full exit behind it. Since they've lost Demon One.
30 seconds left.
Thankfully, they still have King alive to go for smokes, even after losing Tex in the process. And it's a wall contact to try to work towards this B side, and Trent's just ready.
So good at playing his life. One shot knows there's more. Gets out for the safety of his team. Plays for the strong strategy here. Salvo's getting dumped in the bottom side of sight, but they still find Trent. Rossi pushes forward, expecting nobody else to be there. Turns for the flank. He's right on Jogamo, but it's not the correct shot.
No time.
Ooh, the shoulder jog shows, and he just
1 HP, by the way.
in, so Valorant can walk into a win on the round. 5-4 now. G2 take that lead.
Very, very nice once again by G2. Okay, the game plan after the timeout from Josh RT. Don't give a chance here for Leviathan to go for the full exit, to try to move up towards the extremities of any of these sites and try to go in. They went for a triple push at the middle mark towards Rubble to get these picks, to keep them at bay and try to activate as much as they could on the Jogamo lurk. It's very ballsy for him to do that because you know that the one watching that flank was that beautiful off shot that we saw from Trent earlier. Sorry, from
survived the rockets with 1 HP.
Towards that C site.
Nice, good job, Alex. Good play. This guy bought an op, bro.
Yeah, we were just as surprised. Okay, Lev's going to be calling a timeout here to see what they can get sorted out. The operator, I'm trying to look what Tex has, so they still got a bit of money.
What did he say? Fucking what? I wonder what he said.
On this round, so they did have the economy for it. It was a bit out of the box, but it almost turned around the game before them on that, or turned around the round, I should say.
Definitely feel it was a nice little surprise for Tex to bring out the op before, but coming out of this timeout, I feel that they probably have to use some rifles around. Again, they've been holding on to these big ults for the last few rounds, including this one here. I think it's 2 rounds so far. Using a pit on the execution would be kind of huge, which is why with this type of economy that's a little bit lower on the side of Leviathan, opting for a stinger this time around to play inside that pit.
Yeah.
So G2, reaction on to that so far as they're pinging towards this mount a lot. Yeah, pits could be fairly effective here on the attack side towards B, I would say.
What's a Yankees?
So maybe it's to control this mount on the C side to make sure they can punch as well as possible towards that front of that B site.
And they switch it. It might just be towards A. They're going to do the C door play again. He said he's looking at the door switch right now. You can see the eye ping. Hit and TP out. Just absolute safety, double flash so they can get. Why not rinse and repeat this strat? Like we said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. G2 loves to rerun what they feel like is working. And this leaves Leaf over on the right side with Trent there. I mentioned it a bit before. They can leave Leaf alone. They don't tell him to sit back. They don't keep him tempered. I think it might slow him down altogether. Just do what you can to crush the round. When does Jogamo not have this line of information? Whether it's a dimensional drift or just being able to see the entire team because he's got a good timing. Incredible map info.
Holy fucking info.
Well. So pushing up with Valen, with Jogamo, and they're trying to hold that A main. Just trying to make sure that Leviathan could stay here towards the A site, have no choice but to hit the A site. They're just trying to waste out the ults so that you don't have too much in the post plant on the side of the attack.
Boom. Rolling Thunder goes through. That's just going to be
all good.
Hanging out. But man, there is a hell of a
nice
force
overview
coming out behind Lev right now. They got to work quick and they got to
Demon
understand what's happening. Demon 1's going to work a little faster.
What?
Gets towards tree.
The fuck?
Left alone in the blink of an eye as he was trying to just be the other side of the fight.
Oh, man!
Through with a 3K there to bring it right back to 5-5.
How the heck did he get those 2 kills on the top of Heaven?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
But yeah, G2 looked in prime position to start flooding back here from a pincer maneuver on the top of Heaven and towards that tree.
I'm going to lose my beard, aren't I?
On the side of the attack.
Bro!
And there you go. Yeah, definitely those shots coming through that replay from Leviathan and Tex.
You should have seen what I did, Heaven, bro.
I just put a 30 clip in these kids in tree, bro.
Rossi's mentioned it before in interviews with Baby Bay. The vibes are really good around Leviathan, and somehow it's just not a full grasp of what's happening in-game. But so far, it definitely feels within 10 rounds of Lotus that has been ironed out. And now you have the vibes.
Stop prepping that shaving cream. Chill, bro. Chill.
And we got the game here. This is already unexpected. You got G2 on one of their best maps right now, and Lev tying it up. We got a long way to go here, but we're seeing it.
He didn't clear it
in this switch up of just.
He didn't clear it.
The composition is put together. Leaf starts to put that to bed here in round 11. As C has been a favorite for Leviathan here.
Already with Demo 1 falling down and a smoke towards the front C side, Leviathan will have to stop and try to play for contact this time around. Seen him tapping on that door, walking through. Jogmo's now full contact, and that might be the execution now for Leviathan. They've already crossed inside the C site, but Phosphor is just way too good for G2.
getting caught up in the crossfire for sure there.
Yo, hit up
Lev
Fuzly,
just
see
getting
if she
the
does
default
beards.
Playbook on that one between Jog and Valen, two of the strongest seed holders on this one, the way they set up their defense.
It's not over, bro.
And that's just
Not
going to be a
even
quick,
close
clean
to
round
over.
for G2 Esports here. Timeout kind of squished by Leviathan. G2 got to be feeling good.
They're hoping that they weren't going to see too much walking through the entrance of that C site, but as soon as you get spotted by Jogamo and the util comes around to help them out, the salvos really didn't give a chance here for Leviathan to fully get the best trades moving in. Now last round of the half. Fairly quick here towards the A site. Uh-oh.
What the fuck was that slide?
Long range Neon out though?
It was a fake though. Oh no. Oh.
No, bro, not like this.
What the fuck? The crowd! The crowd!
Oh, the chaos is already happening. And they stave off this door push. Smoke's already down, so that's going to stop it. Valen's alone in spawn. They are really spread for how GT usually like to take this, and this is going to be that firepower they need from each singular player. The star power one from Jonah
dude.
P. Now we got Jogamo almost pushing into the pit. He's waiting for the drone.
Squeeze moment for real. Real ones remember on Ascend.
As well, it's going to be King, however, with another kill on the round.
That should be around that for Leviathan. The pit is covering the whole side of spawn. Very difficult for Valorant to walk back through. All the util to try to scan for information has been taken
Overpass.
down.
The fuck are you guys talking about?
Trent was trying to scout inside that C site.
He didn't even shoot there. It's not nothing like overpass.
So much time's been wasted so far, though, Riv.
Tax gets one there. Thinking Trent might be able to push in or with that shorty.
Trying to get some stats in.
Valent, one last one. No, the 6-6.
Well, I thought he got him for a second.
From Leviathan and G2.
Stop screaming, brother. I'm watching on my TV. Scream a little bit less.
Back and forth.
Oh, if you're watching on your TV, like, does that mean you're like? What's the setup
matchup
look like, bro?
between
You're on
these
your
two
couch,
teams.
showing on your
Nobody's
phone.
really taking a full upper hand or fully controlling this map so far, or at least the series, as we're still in this first map. But overall, that 6 cents from King to turn around and get the headshot onto Leaf. Could have been an easy 3K there.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, okay. All four.
Thank you!
He said thank you.
I mean, isn't that usually what we see people saying about Leaf shots, though? We're going to see a lot more of this game. It's 6-6 as we're going to the break. We don't go anywhere.
That was nice of him to say thank you, though. Ad break. Break time. 6-6. Honestly, that was a... I'm not going to say anything. I was going to... Never mind. What's the...
As the world fell into chaos and walked in.
Just fire on mute. What the fuck? Wait. That shit Loki does hit on mute. Nah, that's fucked. You can't be dissing Skrillex like that.
Decent though. The G2 definitely now this
Let's go
time
G2
on
my
the
ass,
attack.
bro. Focus up.
Already pushing forward is Jogamo, but separated by the rest of the util around, and King scores the first blood.
Great paranoia. Great paranoia.
What
And
are they
also take
doing?
Down Leaf. Getting in so fast there. Demon 1 and the rest of the team able to throw down some damage. King picks up the Sheriff, and now they're sitting pretty here at Rubble.
My beard!
Put some more damage through as Demon 1 and King are ready to attack. They still have the Initiators and Valence, so they can make something work here at C.
But look how far we're staying back on the side of the
Holy
C side.
shit, that Emma Frost skin, my goodness.
Time, but how passive it is.
I actually haven't seen
it.
it.
Still could give an advantage for G2 to move
Emma
inside that
Frost
side, play a 3
skin.
versus 1, and have better positions in a post plant because a rotate's going to take too long from the side of the A
dude.
side.
Tax plays
This is not safe for the Gunners. Gunners, do not search that up.
They kind of avoid a fault line as well. That's used very early just for the safety of the plant. You can see how pressured G2 feels here.
Wait, the round is on.
But they do pick up 1.
And that drone went all the way back towards spawns. They know that the last 3 players will be flanking from main. That's going to be a huge responsibility for Jonah P to hold up here towards the vent.
Trent watching for any water. If they can flex a different position.
Big.
Ooh, quick right click. Gets that classic to connect onto Demon 1. The Aftershock will push out any of the high spots here.
Oh.
Disperse doesn't matter, does it? Talk. 21 HP now. He's going up against Tex. Just gonna right click in and he's safe. No! And he does get the clicks with the jump in. What a peek from Tex. What a round from Tex to bring in the pistol round.
Could have been a huge run for G2 to start things off. That would have been a 3 versus 5 that Leviathan would have let slip in terms of at least guaranteeing the pistol round, but thankfully Tex on a 1v1 is able to save that. The positioning again was great.
How do you get rid of love handles? You do that workout where you go like this.
Towards that waterfall, the back of that C site.
Like that.
And it became a brawl that allowed a lot of good util from Leviathan though to fight back in the area. Yes, I mean Demon 1's gonna give his life away with the slide, but at least it gets info for the team.
Ian, thank you for staying alive for once, bro. For once.
Hey, I only do it in the match.
What the fuck? Don't get it twisted, brother. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I was just going to praise Rossi because at the end of that, he was talking. He was already stretching for the next round, but he's also cooking his teammates at the same time.
Don't get it twisted, brother.
Tex. But he did stay alive. That was huge. They've been actually turning away from the fight.
These guys are just trolls, bro. We're just watching a bunch of fucking trolls, dude.
Quick back and forth. C's going to get quite a bit of love here. King answering nicely. Relief with a stinger, incredibly deadly, and he continues to look for more as the regen armor comes back online.
Wait, is that Force?
Rossi to help as well. Only thing they can pick up is a stinger. So the side of Leviathan showing no respect to G2's second round buy off the plants. Something that G2 loves to do here on the attack side. Now they've lost 2 key components. No flashes to enter the site. No duelists to try to get a fast entry onto Jogimo. So last year we'll just have to work together in tandem on, again, another contact
Eric,
play.
you look a lot like the UFC fighter Bilal Muhammad. This is going to be
Looks
racist
like it
for
should
sure.
be decent and easy to get at least a plant.
Bro, we don't look alike at all. We just both have beards. I look nothing like that guy.
Remember on this retake on the first half,
not even
1%
like that guy.
Should be able to get through this with a few more bodies here.
Show us?
Save off G2.
He thinks I look like this guy.
And Valence still pushed up. This timing, this patience, Trent with a medium to long range stinger, insta-kill on Tex.
Right, the round is on, show.
And they know. They just about know where everything's about to come from. Are they looking the right way when it happens, though? Com with the first frag in. Valen and Leaf trying to kill from the pit of B here. And that's
wait, they actually won.
Com by himself gets into the site. The defuse is going to be almost impossible now. Even with this stun going out.
Wow.
Not going to happen. Leaf picks it up. That's going to be a second round.
Wait, you guys think that looks like me for real?
Almost felt there was too much hesitation coming up for Leviathan on that retake. They had 2 players staying back towards that spawn. It worked out pretty well. You're trying to see if G2 is going to try to push forward and fight towards the spawn like Leviathan did.
Yeah.
But when they're opening that door to try to find information in front of that B site,
oh,
and
I
they
don't
find anybody
I'm being
outside
gaslit.
of G2, they hesitated too much and try to work back and go for that pincer maneuver into the post plant.
Nice!
This is the brown. This is the brown guy with a beard.
Retake.
Got it.
And
fucking racist for sure, dude.
Well enough here to swing back through the smoke and fight here back on that B site retake. And G2 is able to capitalize here on that lower buy, forcing the eco onto Leviathan in round number 15. What? That was a 3.
You think about gym membership tomorrow? Yeah. Let's get it. W.
It was. I was saying if they could get away with a few members, but they get away with no members.
In the words of W Stripper Samuel, it's either day 1 or 1 day.
3 pips now for the ult. Makes a run in, gets the audio cue over to King, and he's going to TP out. So now you get a little bit of movement on 11. This is exactly what G2 wants. Just them scurrying around. Whether they want to move on their own accord, they're still out of position, and that's what G2 likes.
Yeah, should be an easy round. I'm going to win here for G2. You can see from the mini-map.
Don't listen to these guys, Tarek. I would smash you if I was a girl. Thanks, bro. You're a real one.
Trying to find the information, not really trying to play.
Why does no one ever beg for a We Did stream? Fucked in my life.
C site where, actually, that's where G2's heading towards to.
The patience again. You see Lev rotating all over the
I've
map,
let you hit, and
considering
I'm a guy.
Yeah, that might be the true play. That might be a flank. They are just trying to get their head wrapped around this one, and it's going to be death with the spike in the end, with the spike going down here. And see, what a round from G2 to just pick apart the map.
Yeah, they just tried to do exactly what Leviathan was trying to do on their attack side. Tap that door in the tree side, force a rotate from other spots. When you saw Jogamo tap that the door towards the tree, the only thing they had to do was ADS, go back towards that mound. They find one crossing over, and unfortunately, that's a weaker defense towards the end, and an easy plant for G2.
What's happening here? Wait.
Watching each other's
Is Trent
backs
one step
now.
ahead? What the fuck?
No.
What the fuck? They got wall hacks, dude.
Right in the grinder. Oh my gosh.
How?
It's not the first time that they do these type of plays for G2. I remember on the against
Wow.
Energy, they did something very similar from Salvos on the defensive side with a fault line.
They're
but
too good.
The site over. So I think more teams playing against G2 have to know that that spot is kind of like a no-go and a no-no to play against G2.
Yeah.
Wait, they've actually become
Again,
too good. It's scary.
Just an eco that you had from Leviathan. We should be in a good spot here with a stronger buy in this round number 16.
Oh, the timing on their plays are just so perfect. If Lev wants to rotate out or get just a different line on things.
Copy that, buddy. Copy these hands, boy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they're having a lot of fun coming into the second half here, especially with that second round win with the Stinger buy. A push, though, from Lev. 3 strong out mid here. Coverage on the side still, but this needs to work.
Oh, wait.
I'd say that's
They heard you talking shit,
And
Jonah.
it's tough, too, because the spike's been dropped intentionally towards that spawn, and it kind of split up across the map.
Ooh, this push-up is kind of weird.
What?
Jog wasn't ready for it right away.
Wow.
And another one from Com. Oh, he's feeling it. Off the step, gets the reset on the aim. A 3K coming through. Is Com going hunting? Where's he at? Oh, he's got ult already. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, Championship Com is back. he definitely stepped up.
He said, "Hold my trophy. Watch this."
As well on Ascent, just dropping multi-kills after multi-kills on the defensive side, and does so again this time around. You mentioned it. Jogamo didn't look like he was ready, but Com actually got spotted out by the drone that was brought out on the side of Trent, and somehow Com is still able to come out alive and almost unscathed.
Toxin screen down.
And that triple push, I mean, that's very similar to how G2 is playing on
30 seconds
Isolate,
left.
understanding that there's no true
Chicken
safety
jockey.
plate this time around from either of these teams.
That's a good point.
So they're just trying to take advantage of these lanes where they might not get checked.
Gun here.
Yeah, we see G2 getting around that with basically having Jogamo rotate the outsides of the map as the round goes on here. Lev does it as a team.
Exactly, because Jog could actually TP away in those
Yeah,
moments,
exactly.
and now you want to make sure for Leviathan that you have a buddy system. So 2 different types of approaches that you're seeing on the aggressive defensive side from both G2 and Leviathan, but they both turn out to be quite good.
Let me hear the comms here.
8-8 vans.
Why are you saying it like that? He doesn't say it like that? I don't know how he says it. I just said how we did says
Throw the
it.
gate down and just be like, all right, we've got a few rounds, and now we have the momentum. Once we see those smiles on their faces, it just seems like a whole different
That's not
game,
how I
but
say it? Oh, my bad.
Lev is
I
still
didn't mean to- I
adapting
didn't mean to-
mid-round, figuring out
I
what to
didn't
do. And they're able to stave off the singular firepower of the members of G2 as well, which a lot of
Check
teams
it!
have
Ah,
not
I
been
can't
able
do
to do
it.
this season.
I need to watch it. Focus up.
Definitely look like they want to fight back here towards the mound. Simple stuff with the fault line and salvos, and King already took control on the top of Rubble.
Oh, hello.
Oh!
What?
Wait, what?
It still works. Arma getting on top of that, and it catches Trent. A great first blood on the side of Leviathan. And I love that King was just disrespecting that Viper wall to push through.
Ooh,
It kills me that
2 for
King
2.
is just doing this on Omen when a Yoru there is safer, but he's back in comfort. He's back in a position where he knows what the role is completely. Even though going down, they still trade 2 right now, and it is a very wounded G2 to continue the round.
This guy's typing SEA gang, Southeast Asia gang, C gang, C gang, C gang. Do you guys claim him?
The easy comms here.
This is a little bit difficult though for Rossi. He's pretty much.
I hope you don't claim him. Into the blender.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1v3.
They do get the clone still, and Demon
Damn, bro.
Jogamo as well. Leviathan are feeling good. The way they're working off each other, the util use in situations and just adapting.
Chat, Zenith Nation is looking for a gold/plat duo. Zenith Nation in the chat.
Very nice.
Someone please duo with him.
Want to jiggle back
I don't know your region though.
Look back towards the orb. So then he becomes kind of like that bait where they could double swing and fight back in front of Rubble. Right over here, they were so focused on trying to.
Sorry, I play with my monitor on.
Get that pick. But you definitely saw it from their position before. They Hex push all the way up here on the front of that C site, watching for the rotate back. So then their gaps were definitely the front of that B site. And
it's NA, he's an NA.
So there was a moment for G2 to take advantage of, but unfortunately there for Leviathan, they're able to salvage now 2 rounds in a row and now take the lead on this map of Lotus.
I think one of the big things for me right now, Vans, is we're seeing one of the first times G2 is not able to dictate the pace of the round. It was like usually everything's on their terms, they're running in, Jog's done a flash, so you're scattered, your crosshair's broken, and the rest of the team are hitting. But they're getting kind of stuck at Rubble. They're getting stuck at Mound, where usually they're pushing forward and right on the front door knocking, making you think the hit is possible.
Yeah.
But they're taking away that advantage, the opportunities that G2 usually has on Leviathan.
I ate too much.
We definitely felt high so far from Leviathan's win last week, especially if you've tuned into the count stream. It got quite entertaining with Leviathan's roster on that desk. But at the same time, Furia was the only team that they were able to beat so far in 2025. Right? They started kickoff playing against Furia, beat them. And then they lost against every other team they played against them, being C9, MIBR, G2. Then they win against Furia again, but now a big test, the biggest test to come up here. They have to win against G2. They have to win against NRG into next week to stand a chance to make it into the playoffs.
And what a game it would be to take down the undefeated team, to get you back on track, to get the team feeling like this is the process that works. It's confidence. Can't say anything else about it if you beat these guys. Demon 1 already. Beating the odds here towards the A site. The relay bolt just out of time there as Valen catches a window.
Top does.
So close to that kill. Valen still able to do the close quarters combat in favor of G2. Quick paranoia to give King a little bit of breathing time here, but it is the pit that he is staring into and has to wonder how many foes are just on the other side. Okay. They're saying we're coming out of the pit. It is time to go aggressive right now.
Wow.
G2 wants to show that they are in control of the game no matter what. Rossi. Rolling Thunder back, but they're not really able to act off it too well. They're still hiding in the pit on the side of G2 that makes it tough. 1 for 1 on this.
How the fuck did G2 win this round?
Now up against Tex, and how good
what a round. It was 4v5 as
well.
Those first 2 kills they got are insane.
Shorty is the right play, but still he's got to go searching so much, and he's already taken down by some spam here. What a round from G2. Again, thriving in the chaos. Is just a glimmer of hope there at the end. But he's able to get the win. 9-9 now.
Steal. That's quite a steal.
Striking true.
And the confidence they have on the side of G2. Looking after each other's backs, 2 of them fully stunned by the Rolling Thunder out from Rossi, and Trent and Jonah P work in tandem to make sure that Rossi cannot get any value out of his Rolling Thunder. The execute was perfect, trying to fight through with aggression through the smoke. The stinger by once again from G2. But this time converts into a victory on their side.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Again?
Did not come out in a productive way or manner to get the round win. And Jogs already giving... Whoa, wait, Leaf goes down. I'm going to say this usually gives G2 the reason to move around the map safely and know what's going down, but what a first kill there coming in from Demon 1.
Yeah, and then Jogamo has 0 value. Information of where the players could be. He's pinged towards that spawn, thinking that they gave up that spot, but instead they're fighting towards the mound.
Yeah, they're pushing out, knowing King has something. They're trying to take a second fight, another front here, and
it's Valorant
getting the kill. Armageddon is used.
Jogamo
is just wreaking havoc.
Wait, who's on site?
Spawn on left
Texas
side.
here, do they know? They know.
Oh dear.
Oh.
They know. They knew exactly where Tex was. Not seen any heads up on the platform. is going to be that elbow peek coming through, and now it is just Calm to find his way around the flank. Where else would he be?
Eric is definitely on Trent or steroids. If I was on steroids in this small, it'd be embarrassing.
Rounds for the squad. It looks like he'll go ahead.
Spoiler, I'm on steroids. Don't judge me.
Again, when Jogman was pinging for watch out towards the defender spawn, they might have fallen back towards that
She knows.
area after the
Help
ult came
sewers.
through from Jogman, thinking that G2 was going to hit towards his B site. But when he throws that clone back towards C and Tex shoots it, that was actually the cue here for the rest of G2 to make sure that...
If I take Ozempic, can I eat donuts?
As well as he could. And he did it with an Armageddon to isolate King and have, what, 2 individual 3-versus-1 situations to enter towards that C site. So it looked chaotic in the very beginning with a nice first blood from Demon 1 onto Leaf. But then after that, G2 adjusted quite well.
Why the fuck would you take Ozempic?
You have to give it for Demon 1, though.
I mean, they say you should try everything once. I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. That's usually a good
Abby, are you
way
sleeping?
to counter the
Come over here,
dimensional
Abby.
twist here on the way you want to play on against a Yoru comp. Because players will be falling behind, maybe with the util out, trying to support the Yoru, and you want to capitalize on the initiators that are behind the Yoru ult taking them.
Fans, we have coaches battling their timeouts right now. Like, it's a few rounds of timeout, trying to get control of the game and just get a bug in the ear of the players so they can get sorted here. And Lev may need it. Itopada, knowing that G2 takes an inch, they will take a mile. And that may happen here. Now 10-9 as we get close to closing out our first map here on Lotus.
What is
a
that?
map already.
It's a dog. What the fuck you mean, what is that? Excuse you.
They could get the best value as possible. I mean, the money isn't the best here for Leviathan. The only thing they have is that rifle save from Calm from that previous round, and everybody around that don't have too much to work with. So the timeout rather being called by Itopata is
are you guys out of your mind?
Trying to bring it closer if G2 is going to capitalize this round quite easily, or should be easy when they have the better weapons to work with against Leviathan. And they're so far away from good ults, with the exception of Texas Viper's Pit.
Right, we just had that Rolling Thunder used that G2 was able to snuff out, so they're trying to build that back up. If Tex can get an ult, maybe they can stave off a push here and force G2 to a certain site, but can you force G2 to do anything? Once they figure out the strategy on the map, that's the question. 3-0 says no.
Hold on. I'm with you.
We'll see if G2 can answer what the fans want. Control towards the rubble. There's already 4 players from Leviathan on this side, though. Just waiting for the first wave of util to flood back out. But Valent's just
Happy!
Looking for the ace. Not going to be able to get it unless he has a railgun to fire all the way over towards T through the walls on this one. But at this point, just hit him with the gimme, ladies and gentlemen. What a round from the fragging IGL. It's never a question. It's never an ebb and a flow.
I think
it's
Nabi's
always there for Valen. And now
Nabi?
they're going to find out. Leaf says he's back here. He's back here. Valen's like, all right, I'm going to try to flank him.
Let me try to get my ult that I already have.
Yeah. Tex is so good at that too. He is so good at shutting that down. A 4K for Valen, smiles all around for G2 is, yeah, they're starting to feel that power, and they actually zero out that timeout from Itopada.
Definitely would be for this round. I think you're bringing up a great point. Off the timeout, usually you see like some of these coaches call timeouts. You're trying to get some good crap plays out of refreshable utility. So Leviathan had the correct read.
Yeah.
4 players stacked towards that side to try to fight back in the first place. But the fact that Valen stayed alive and got 4 kills in the process. Yeah, the fact that he got 4 kills in the process and still stayed alive against a trap play is quite nice.
He's okay. I think
the timeout was also important for this round here for Leviathan. They want to take full control of the extremities. So lots of util being used towards the rubble. An ult from the Viper's Pit on that C site. And now you can just leave King inserted on the top of the rubble and now focus on fighting both initiators with the Neon to try to stop the G2 push.
I gotta get him
They're
chicken
going to have
later.
to crawl back slowly in this round for G2. It's going to have to be some good calling from Valen here.
I'm a side bitch for real. I know.
A lot of util just to get through this smoke right here.
He went back to his bed. He went straight back to his bed.
Back. It's really just a re-clear to see what's there. They're faking this B, maybe? Oh, no, they're taking this B. They get right inside, but Jog's not ready with the util behind. He's actually timed out on that one. Leviathan give G2 back around it. They just served Lev. how is this game continuing to go like this? It seems like the momentum is grabbed and then absolutely snuck back the other way when you least expect it here. Trent all alone in a 1v1.
What the hell?
Oh man, the high lows, the swing out on contact, everything here to stop this from going right. And Rossi picks up the 3K.
We got a game for real.
Starts to actually build up that rolling thunder. We talked about how far they were away from ult, so getting good priority kills on the right members.
It's definitely nice from G2 to fake out towards the A side. They went for the double salvo just onto the rubble, forced out the relay build and the paranoia out from Demon 1 and King. So they're like, okay, well, there's going to be less util to work with for them to try to fight back towards the B site. But when you have Demon 1 not care about util, just sliding in and getting kills like that.
I know the coaches are so mad, bro.
Wait, what was that?
Oh my gosh.
I have the same laugh, low-key.
Yeah, because you're trying to draw up so much, and then you have just Rossi.
It's the fucking,
snuffing out the B site.
It's like the window wiper laugh.
Or the A site fake to B. Just very, very nice round on the defense for Leviathan. Now, one round separating these two teams, closing that gap. Leviathan one away from tying things up. And very similarly, to take control of the rubble. Already used up the paranoia, though, but at least this time around, Demon 1's there to help.
See Rossi's trying to affect the fight all the way over from back of B. You can see him setting up the fault line, looking right at the rest of the team over in A rumble. Like they are looking to assist each other from everywhere at what's happening as G2 again do this bit of the A push, like you said last round. And now they will focus on where Tex is.
Yeah, they know that it's a soft side towards C. Orb now being picked up on the attack. TP in. Tex has to delay as much as he could. Oh, the flash not good.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, they're just running
denied.
Right now.
Denied.
Cutting the pies, getting into sight. A door hit here is trying to slow him down from the side of Com. He's going to spam through as he takes spam himself. Man, they are just trading full rounds on each other here where they have complete control, pacing, and whatnot on the round. It just seems like nobody can get a real footing.
Yeah, just unfortunate timing coming out here from Tex. Him being the weak side on C, he was trying to go for some hero play, trying to find at least an opening.
Yeah.
But when you lose your life right away like that, it makes it so difficult for the rest of Leviathan to rotate over when they had so much pressure on that rubble side first.
Match point.
You saw them getting picked off one by one. Unfortunately there. G2, well, they're on their way to make this 9-0 in terms of their record on Lotus.
Wait, chat. My beard is safe, dude.
Thankfully, there's still good money left.
My beard is safe for now.
That's a big, big one that they can get a full buy-in here. The question is, do they go aggressive? Does Demon 1 go kind of ham this round?
With an op, might be difficult.
Oh, he does have an op, but he is going to be the only one C. A different
Valorant
setup
21 and 13, sheesh.
They're going back for the triple walk down towards B.
Yeah.
This time not with Com, though.
Oh, they call it right, Vans. And Leaf has an inkling. He's wondering, he's like, nah, I don't want this right away. He lets the rest of the team make a bit more noise. He's not looking just right.
What?
The peak King times that one out. He's been so good at these little creeper rounds, getting the 1v1 situations as the hit towards tree goes through and Lev starts to rotate.
Yeah, and all they can do here is hold back towards the tree, hold back towards heaven. This is good.
Can you get up
here for Demon 1 to start rotating over when it's confirmed the plant is coming towards A.
Holy util.
Oh, they're really backing up here. Remember, you have an operator coming in for Demon 1. I wonder if they even try to switch that out and give him a Vandal that might be
Oh, he bit it out the hole.
A lot of this is good because they're still waiting for Demon 1, so they're not too worried to see that Rolling Thunder just now.
He has rockets, though, for delay.
Oh, that's about all the util you get for this round from both teams.
Big
At
stall.
least on the side of G2, I should say. Lev still has that retake. Making their way in.
They're in.
Jogamo and the rest of the team have all
Wow, Valen.
Valen basically getting a collab on that one. Demon 1 still comes in. The operator's big, but it's going to be enough time. Spike goes on pretty fast tick right now, and it's not going to be enough. The defuse going to happen. They know he's on it, and that's going to be the final round for G2.
GG.
That's going to be Lotus going to G2.
Great finish on this first map. Chaotic in the end. But you mentioned the util
Damn,
coming back
bro.
from the side of Leviathan. They were pretty good, but unfortunately the Paranoia misses too much. It gives a chance here for G2 to just play their buddy system in the end. But so far, a 13
Let's try Lev. Let's try Lev. It was actually a good
Leviathan
map.
wanting
They put up
to
a
play
fight.
against G2's best map and putting
They put up a fight for real.
with a brand new composition, with Demon 1 back onto a duelist, at least for this map. I mean, I'd still be quite happy with the result here of the first map.
Absolutely. I think we saw a lot of G2 having to adapt more than usual, which is a great